Have magnet, lose won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. You're never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes.
All right, guys. Happy Friday, September 1st. Massalorian, how you doing this evening?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Good. Guys, bear with us in the first couple minutes here. We're trying something that I don't think we've ever technically tried before. Not only are we playing poker live in Discord, but we also are doing it through Restream. So we've tried to work the bugs out to make sure we don't have any echoes or repeating voices. Anya, can you give us a mic check on your end and see how the audience hears you? All right. Can y'all hear Massalorian and Anya okay? No echoes? Deep Sixer, good evening. John Crossan, good evening. Bravskar. Okay, they say they can't hear Anya. Let me... Hang on. I'm going to close this screen and make sure I have system audio enabled. Stop screen sharing. Add screen share. Share system audio. All right, Anya, you want to try one more time? All right, let me know if y'all heard her now.
I think we're doing good. Deep Sixer says very low.
Your audio is a little bit low, Anya. I'm going to turn it up on my end. It's already at 100% on my end. So if you could check your mic volume. It's a little bit better, but you're even a little bit low in my headset. Use your voice from your diaphragm, Anya. Okay.
Some people,
Massalorian, what's been up, man? I saw you did a live stream. I was able a couple nights ago. I was able to pop in for a few minutes in the comments.
Yes, I was expecting a beating, but everyone was very kind to me.
They were nice to you.
So I appreciate that, guys. Yeah, there wasn't that. I was getting a tongue lashing, but you know, there were few and far between. Everyone was pretty civil and understanding of where what's going on. So I appreciate you guys not belting me.
Now, Massalorian, can we get one? I don't, hopefully we're not going to talk a lot of stocks tonight because it's a 3-day fucking holiday weekend and we all just want to relax with a drink. But can we get one important piece of administrative stuff out of the way?
Sure.
Serious talk here. Under threat of perjury, Massalorian, have you ever been paid by Adam Aaron, AMC, a hedge fund, or anybody to talk about AMC?
Only my viewers.
Only your viewers.
Only my viewers.
So super chats.
Only people.
Super chats is what you're saying.
Who have
people
kept this channel alive. Right.
That's now, it. To your knowledge, are any of your viewers paid by a hedge fund, Adam Aaron, AMC, or any of the above?
I would say because of their generosity, maybe, but no. I'm assuming that these are all small.
Have you ever been given a script and talking points?
No, not in 10 years.
All right. I'm going to attest under penalty of law, negative to all of those questions either. And I've said this many times, guys. There's so much fucking nonsense going on out there on social media. So-and-so is paid Look, if I was paid, do you think I'd be saying all the unpopular shit that I say? That the financials are a wreck, that the company needs to dilute, that you're going to get screwed if you hang on to this stock? No. I'm blocked by more pumpers of AMC than I am haters of Adam Aaron. I just speak my mind on every ticker I cover based on reading financial statements, filings, and popular or not, I say what I think. And so people can like that or not, but no, nobody pays me or has ever paid me. And I'm sure, Massalorian, you know that if anybody ever does pay you, there is you're required to disclose that when you make a video. You know that, right?
I would assume that would be the case, but I haven't had to run into the technicals behind that yet. So
go check out Moon Market on YouTube. You can, when he does his little pumping videos, he'll have, Moon Market got paid $20,000 for this pumping this shit penny stock. He has to disclose it, and that is the law to stay out of trouble. So, if there's any doubt, no one has ever paid me or Massalorian ever for anything we say. All right. Yeah. Anya, did you turn up your mic a little bit? Sounded a little better. It's sounding better.
Yes.
Johnny, do you have anything you want to add administratively?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you know, I think that a lot of there's a lot of noise coming in the background. You hear that?
Yeah, Anya, once you get your mic set up, set it to push to talk if you can. If you can.
So, well, I was just gonna say that, you know,
yes, Anya, we can hear you. Yes. It's so we don't get background noise. Otherwise, just talk when it's important, Anya. So, Johnny, what did you have? What did you have for administrative before we get the game started?
Well, just, you know, as far as, you know, a lot of people asking about selling and buying of the stock. And I've seen a lot of people saying, like, you know, about Tony selling. What do you think about that? I mean, like, well, we had a mission of buy and hold at the beginning, right? Uh-oh.
All right, Anya, don't worry about it. You might want to have YouTube on in the background somewhere.
Now, and unfortunately for me, the other night when I came on live, I had to be the person who, you know, comes out and knowingly did something that, well, 99% sure that something which could have helped profit on my account, and I didn't do it just because, well, there were many factors why I didn't make a move. But if Tony's never going to tell you to buy any stock, he's never going to tell you to sell any stock either, right?
Yeah, and I mean, if I disclosed every move that I made, then I would be influencing people, and I don't want to do that. I want to cover financial statements, legal filings, legal status of the case, opinions about what I think is going to happen. But, you know, I can't be here every time I buy and sell a stock, any stock. And I said a long time ago, I'm not going to disclose my trades on AMC because I don't want to ever be accused of influencing people to do stuff. Now, you guys knew very clearly my opinion on things, right? That the ape was going to be the play. We've been saying that since August of last year. That and then once the conversion was announced, I made it very clear my belief that the settlement would be approved, that AMC would fall, and that ape would go up, and that you should be not so much worried about a reverse split as the threat of dilution, because we all know what happens when dilution gets announced and the company has to raise money. So that was all the puzzle pieces. I can't put the puzzle together for you. That would be, you know, me giving you personal advice. So it is what it is.
And and as far as the buying and holding goes, that the term of buying and holding, that's hurting right now. I continue to do it despite the fact that it's biting me in the ass and everyone else, because that was how we started this thing, right? Buy and hold. But I think I said last year, right after the announcement was made, that going forward from that, anything I had in my portfolio was staying. But going forward, it's a new ball game for me. Now, with that said, I haven't done anything major at all, right? And we've chatted, me and you, for the last couple months, right? I've been in your ear, asking your opinions, and you had some great advice, and I didn't take it, and that's on me, right? And that's part of the games. You take your licks. Unfortunately, as you see, I'm downsizing, so if Adam Aaron wants to pay me or anything like my last place was nicer, so things are getting worse for me. So I'm not doing the right thing, and if I was selling, I wouldn't be where I am right now. Struggling.
Well, I see a lot of people asking too, how can some of these people be so unemotional about a trade? Well, first of all, I always have told you guys for 2 years, emotions, you need to separate emotions from trades. And if you're emotional in a trade, you've committed too much to a speculative play. And so I want you guys to stop listening to all the bullshit and the pumping out there on any ticker. And when you know you're in a company that has no revenue or negative revenues, to scale back your risk. Don't put all your eggs in one speculative trade. That's why I'm getting back to covering more blue chip stuff now, because I want to see you guys have 80-90% of your investments in solid companies. That's how I do it. That's why this was never something that I was ever going to be emotional about, because I did not bet my entire future on one company that was $5 billion in debt and has no revenue, negative revenue.
I'll add on top of that, and that's another problem I'm having right now. Is Mass is emotional. He was trying to go on the other day, and when Fidelity shut us out, I was freaking, right? Instead of just calming down, relaxing. But I'm thinking in my head, oh, they're trying to shut us out. I'm thinking conspiracy theories, what's going on? And
even though that had nothing to do with AMC, I mean, that literally affected every trader
ticker
out there, right?
Yeah.
But if we have the wrong mindset, we think, oh, well, they're doing this because of AMC. It had nothing to do with AMC.
No.
Did you see that tweet, by the way, that I sent out, how to call in to their FAST system if that ever happens again? Your turn, Mass.
I did see you say something. I did see you see something about Fidelity. How to get, you gave them a call. Hold on. How do I see my cards?
They have an automated phone system where you can still call in even if the website's down.
Oh, it is? Okay. All right. With the account. I had to get in touch with them, but I was able to get someone on the phone right away. What are you are you calling the phone number? The corporate?
It was an 800 number. It's in the tweet that I sent out.
Okay. All right, T, real quick, you have to tell me, how do I?
They should just show up on your screen.
Oh.
Don't look at my screen, because you can see my cards. You're not allowed to look at the screen, Mass.
Oh, okay.
So I should have Massalorian's cheating. He can see my cards.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't even realize that.
It's just a fun game. It's all right. Sycamore Style says, Tony, people wanted you to weather the storm like everyone else. I get it, guys. But this is not a buy and hold channel. I'm not going to ever hold a stock going into dilution. Same reason I sold Cosmos before, when they announced their reverse split and their dilution. And I missed the run up the next day on Cosmos because of that. But I have a hard and fast rule. If you've been paying attention to my channel, when that is announced, I get out of the play and then I get back in later.
What did you think, T, about the interview between Charles Payne and the CEO of Mullen and Mr. Wes Christian. On
Mullen,
Thursday.
David Mishery, man, that guy looked like one shady mofo on that interview is what I thought.
Unbelievable, right? Despite the technical issues that Fox was having, I don't think there's any way that could have come off as being good for the company. And I don't know if they had him back on today, but
yeah, I was going to ask you if you
know
if he came on for part 2 today or not.
They claimed he was going to. But I didn't think. I was checking right before we came on. I didn't see any Mullen Charles Payne interview. So, but Wes Christian, he did say something at the very end of the interview about the dark pool trading. I don't know where they were going with that, but that was they were going to go somewhere. But of course, there was technical issues, so we never got the end.
Mullen's coming up really close on their delisting date to the OTC, and I'm afraid that this lawsuit, whatever happens with it, is going to happen way too slow. They'll be bumped down to the pink sheets before they get any traction off of that. But it will be interesting. I mean, Wes has been hired by a dozen or more companies. Share Intel has been hired by 20 companies. I haven't seen any of them in the last year announce any earth-shattering news.
I would love to see Wes Christian take someone down. You know, I mean, the eyes are the world's watching. So if they have a legit case, then this could set the precedent, right?
Absolutely,
for everything going forward. So I hope they have something in discovery that is going to blow our socks off. But so far, Christian's track record has been. I don't want to say it's bad. Hasn't been anything special, right? We've seen a couple cases that he's done well on. The first one was this real big one that he got with Overstock, right? And since then, it's kind of been mum's the word. We haven't really heard much about cases.
What's up? I see owning the float in the house. Damn Rick, Dan the pilot. Mass, he says, "Mass, where is Pam?" I don't remember if I talked to Pam in Discord earlier today or not. Sergeant Beef, win Lambo, right? We might have to set our sights down a notch, Sergeant Beef.
To Ferrari.
Toyota Prius.
So Tony, did you try to get Swift tickets last night by any chance?
I tried to get them. What day was that announced? Yesterday morning, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I tried to get them yesterday morning and I couldn't. I mean, like 15 minutes after they announced it, they were already sold out in my area.
Unbelievable. They said they set like some record that Endgame had, I guess, originally.
If I remember the press release, he said it was the highest one-day ticket sales for a pre-event that they've ever had, beating even Spider-Man, and they raised like $26 million or something. So that's a good number, but that's a good number, but it's not 2.7. It's not 2.7 billion, which is what we need for Q4.
Right. Fandango.
Right? You with me on that?
You know, the website. It's not going to be 2.6 billion.
We need 2.7 billion. We need 2.7 billion in Q4 to get a profitable quarter. So that's the only number I'm focusing on for Q3 and Q4. 2.7 billion.
Well, right. It's a concert. So it's a one watch. It's right. And so Fandango that it was the top 10 all-time best first day pre-sellers compared to Avengers Endgame, Star Wars, Force Awakens, and Spider-Man No Way Home. But it's not something you can see multiple times, right? Maybe you could, I guess, right? But as you know, I don't. The two aren't comparable, right? It's a totally different experience. I think the concessions might be different. People might drink more with the concert. Who knows, right?
I tried checking availability for the next day in my area, and it sent me like to Alabama. There was no next day available in Austin, Texas. It was that day only.
Yeah. And are they? Is it only? So what are they doing? Are they gonna? They're gonna run. They're obviously running it multiple nights, right? I would assume.
There were screenings from like 6 p.m. all the way to 10:30 p.m. At all of our theaters. So I don't know how that works. It's not like you're watching a live concert. If some people are watching it at 6 and others are at 10:30, but I guess if you're a Swiftie fan, if you can go watch it for 15 or 20 bucks, it doesn't matter what time you watch it. Yes, Anya. Anya, did you have a question? Massa, are you able to see your cards yet?
Yeah, I can see them now. Yep, I can see them. I'm still reading the Fandango article.
Groundhog Eater, what's up? Bravskar, Kevin, K2. Y'all have your mics on? Say hello to the folks. I can hear you, Anya, yes. Okay. I tried to find it for the second day in my local area, and I wasn't able to.
So it says here in the article, AMC, the largest movie chain in the world, has added show times to increase capacity in response to demand. Nearly 3-hour-long film, which arrives in theaters October 13th, will pour showtimes per day at AMC theaters on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through early November. Cinemark Chief Marketing and Content Officer said in a statement, the frenzied traffic to our website, and at the moment tickets went on sale. Which means, and we have a piece of all that, right, T? Correct?
From what I understand, AMC set up the whole licensing deal, so they get a piece of everything, yeah. Which is sweet.
Awesome. Yeah. Yep. It says cinema chain. You see that most of the Thursday ticket sales were for showings during the concert film's opening weekend. Box office analysts speculate that Swift's Eras Tour concert film will capture more than $100 million in its debut. So, sounds like Adam really wants to sink this company right into these kind of moves.
Hang on one second, Johnny. Let me see if any of the other gentlemen say hello and see if the folks can hear you. I hear you, Groundhog. Let me give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear him. Sergeant Beef says no. Cheesemo says no. Tim says he's choppy, but yes.
Okay, I can hear him fine.
Okay,
like very loud and clear. How about Bravskar?
Say hello.
K2? Yeah,
give us a little speech there, Bravskar, after you bet your hand. Holy shit! He raised $100. Now, Massalorian, are you a professional poker player?
No, I just dropped a 7 and 6 of spades like an idiot.
For those saying that they can't hear us because these guys aren't talking.
Yeah, they get off. They're muted.
They're being shy.
But yeah, T. So I thought that was nice hearing that yesterday. That at least that was something that was good that I wasn't expecting, right? So I'm glad that they're still innovating the company a little, right? And then they're pushing in with new things. I mean, new ways of creating revenue streams. We got to stay as relevant as possible with whatever it takes, because we don't know what's going to come in the future. We don't know how long the strike's going to go on.
Kevin, yep. I could hear you. Mm-hmm. Now we'll see if the folks in the viewing audience can hear you.
There we go.
Who won that hand? Did I win?
Yeah, I think you did.
Fuck,
Yeah, I think you did. Me neither.
Adam says he heard 43% of the ticket revenues go to AMC, 57 to Swift. I read that also. I don't know if that's true or not.
That's the breakdown you heard, 57 to 43?
Yeah.
Okay. But the good thing is we're keeping all concessions, right? And that's where the money's at.
Tim Abbott, what's going on, amigo? My wife is actually the poker player. I'm a reluctant poker player because I'm marginal at best. Let's be honest. She's the poker shark. But the more I practice here, maybe one day I can actually win some money at a poker hall. Yeah, I just I haven't committed all of the odds to memory. That's the problem. I need to spend a little more time studying.
You sure do have hell of a lot more control over the game in poker and Discord in the market.
There's a little bit less manipulation in a poker game.
At least I can see the cards with my own two eyes.
You can see your cards, but you can see mine too.
I closed it so I can't look. So I can't see any comments or anything.
Okay. I guess actually everybody can see my cards. Everybody
really? On the live stream?
I mean, if they're watching the YouTube live stream, they can see my cards. No cheating, you guys. All right. I appreciate your honesty. We got some good people in this Discord. I tell you what, we've really built a great group. I mean, these guys have been killing it. Our top trader this week sent me a screenshot on one play. I don't know if I should say which ticker. He made $34,000 in one day. Well, you're not supposed to say that. I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but yeah, he made $34,000 on AMC this week in one day. How did he do that? Well, I mean, he cashed out when I did, so he had cash and he was able to buy in cheap. But beyond that, beyond the trading that he did on AMC, I've seen people killing it on options plays, call options, selling options on holdings that they have. Some other tickers, people were making money on Hawaiian Electric, buying that at 9, selling it at 14. Just a great group of people sharing information.
By the way, did you see that there happened to be, I think, Schwab? Someone gave PLTR a downgrade yesterday.
Groundhog Eater says it's hard for him to trade during the day. Yeah, for some people, look, a lot of the stuff we talk about in the Discord, because I'm live in the Discord in the Wise Guys room as much as I can be during the trading day, and people drop in and out. A lot of the stuff we talk about is not appropriate for people that can't be watching the screen all day. But if you're watching my videos on YouTube, I'm trying to give you ideas of some more plays for the longer term, where you don't have to babysit it all day.
What are the guys who are doing the daily live streams? What are they getting involved with that? All that? Are they looking at other tickers and stuff?
Yeah, we have a whole
Like,
group
what are
of
the
people
guys
that are.
doing?
We have a whole group of people that are swing trading plays, either from minute to minute or day to day, depending on the play.
Anya just took that down with a pair. Nice, Anya.
BSKA says call options. For example, I know one guy this week in the Discord had a considerable position of AMC that he bought in the $11 to $12 range. And he sold call options this week with a $14 strike, which, we never got over 14 or he would have lost his shares. But he sold those call options for about $1,400. So for him, he's still got his shares of AMC with a very low cost average and $1,400 extra dollars. And I know he's not lying because he sent me the screenshots. So there's a lot of things you can do if you're willing to talk to people who don't tell you what to do. If the only person you're listening to is someone that's saying buy and hold and don't do anything else, don't mess with options, well, you're limiting your ability to make money. And I'm not kidding when I say probably the worst person in my Discord that was down in AMC was down over $200,000. He has, in the last few months, just from listening to my channel, recovered all of that money. That's since amazing. May till now, recovered $200,000 in AMC.
That's amazing. Amazing. There is something to be said about putting the time in, sitting down, and doing it. You can do all right for yourself if you put the time in. Right?
You have to be willing to unplug from the brainwashing, I call it, of the last 2 years. And there's a lot of that going on. And I don't talk about it a lot because I love everybody in this play and I want everybody to succeed. But there's a lot of stinking thinking that's been programmed into people. And you got to, you guys have seen me tweet out, hashtag evolve. When a play's changing, you got to be willing to change with it. Unless you want to ride it to zero. But I'm not that type of guy. I don't ride shit to zero.
Yeah, I mean, and with AMC, it constantly you have to be looking forward because you just never know this thing could run one way or the other, right? And for the long time hold people out there, just be aware of what is going on in the movie industry right now and the possibility, and look at the dates they're putting movies. Just keep that in your mind when you're thinking about this. I know a lot of people are hurting right now, as well as myself, but we have to be on top of it and keeping up with what the info is that's coming out. What is the news? Are the negotiations going well? So far, they don't sound too good. Delays. And that's going to take away from our revenue and turning profits every quarter. And that's a juicy meal for the shorts.
One thing you'll never hear me do is talk negative about the company, because I think that they genuinely are doing what they need to do to save the company from bankruptcy. Unfortunately, as an investor, depending on where you're at in the play, you still need to take care of yourself, knowing what is coming, right? I think the company, like I said, is doing what they need to do. I know a lot of people turned sour on the CEO and the company, and I get that. That's fine. I respect their opinions, but I won't be doing that. I still have hope and faith. But as I've said many times over the past couple months, you need to recognize when that could hurt you and take the appropriate precautions. Someone said, how did he recoup the money? BSKA. So it was mainly from, a lot of us recognized losses on AMC at a certain point and took that money For myself, it was early May, and I think for this gentleman as well. Took a loss on our AMC because we knew that the settlement was going to be approved, arbitrage would happen, AMC would fall, and APE would go up, right? You've heard me say that for a long time. Knowing that was going to happen, like for myself, I sold my AMC back in May and folded that money at the same moment, buying APE 4 times the amount. Sold AMC at $6, bought APE at $1.50. This guy did the same thing. And then on July 21st, when the incorrect information came out about the judge's decision and APE dropped to 70 cents, this gentleman loaded the boat with APE at 70 cents in July. And then when the settlement was announced, sell for $225, that's 3-4x your money. That got him about 70% of his recovery right there following that plan. And the rest has just been buying the dips for the past, how many weeks has it been? Buying the dips and selling at the peak point of each day. That takes a little bit of skill, a little bit of luck, right? Identifying the lows and selling at the highs on the day. But he's been working at it because his goal was to get back to what we call green. And that was done in conjunction with a lot of experienced traders in the Discord, looking at the TA, looking at the charts. And if you think I'm not still following AMC, you'd be seriously mistaken. We're still talking about it 15, 20 hours a day. I just don't want to deal with the bullshit on YouTube and Twitter and all that. It's just not worth my time. Too many cuckoo folks out there. Not you guys, but you know the ones I'm talking about. The conspiracy people, the accusers, all this nonsense. I'm a fucking grown ass adult trading my account. Nobody tells me what to say. I don't have time for all that nonsense. I will talk about AMC a little more though after they do their press release, and I think there is a press release coming.
You do still, right?
Because we know he's going to dilute, right? We got that 25 million, but what is the real plan? That we haven't heard that yet. So that's kind of what I'm waiting on. You're probably not going to see me talk about AMC at all until that the company does some press release. I'm not here to clickbait.
So I asked.
I'm not here to clickbait or grift or put out 5 videos a day talking about AMC. It's really, and everybody's just guessing or complaining until the company tells us something. There's nothing to talk about. Go ahead, Johnny.
I was saying, when we talked earlier this week, we were talking about, where's Aaron Adam? Why isn't he saying anything? Why is he not off social media? And then when they came out yesterday and said that about the Swift concert, I was like, oh, maybe this is something they've been working on for now, that they, that's why he hasn't been saying anything on social media. Kind of wanted to make this big announcement. But you feel like this has been in the works for a while, right? There's something still going on.
I remember several months ago, he tweeted a picture from Taylor Swift concert. And I think that this deal has been in the works since then. They probably signed it then.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think there's another announcement coming. And I'm not going to speculate on YouTube. If you're in my Discord, you already know my thoughts.
Oh, you're not going to divulge them here? Live on the air?
Those days are done, Johnny.
Yeah. I mean, anytime in the past that something like this speculative has come up, I feel like even addressing it sometimes is not good for some people. Like, just the expectations. I know there were a couple of messages I got the other night in the live stream talking about what I think AMC is going to end up at the end of the week. And, what is, if I say $15 and people go out and buy calls and it doesn't happen just off my yes.
Yeah, they're going to accuse you of pumping.
Right. Which some people are doing, right? There are some people out there who love the clicks, man. They will make a video no matter what happens with AMC, good, bad, or other. And
there's people. Listen, there's people that'll make video. There's people that'll make videos about Hycroft coins, even though they're 2x the spot price of silver, and Hycroft gets no income from that.
I said jokingly to you the other day when I first saw the Hycroft thing. I said, imagine if Adam Aaron started diluting and turned around and said, we're going to build the processing plant for Hycroft. I might take out the entire C-suite if they did something.
Hang him on a cross if he does that. If Adam Aaron buys Hycroft, hang him high.
Unless they hit some major vein that we don't know of. But I hope that is not in the works. When I Hycroft thing, I got very nervous. I'm like, oh God, where are we going with this? But
Dominic says, what poker app? Dominic's asking what poker app is that? This is actually a poker app in the Discord. So we have a poker room in the Discord. Anybody in the Discord can start a poker game. And sometimes, there's nightly poker games that people play with each other. We can add bots to it. And sometimes we do them live here on YouTube on the weekends. I just didn't want y'all to think that I've disappeared. There's just literally nothing to say about AMC. I'm in the same boat as you guys, waiting on the company to fucking say something. So there's not been a whole lot to live stream about.
Yeah. In the last couple of weeks, really people should have been probably getting as least influence as they can from outside sources as far as what to do, because none of us knew how it was going to go. We just gave a rundown of how we thought it was going to play out, right? And it came almost spot on. And, at least I won't have to sit back and say, I told... Who's that?
Zach is asking about ICCT. I'm not familiar with that ticker, Zach. What, Groundhog, what were you saying about Hold My Nuts? Is that Ants Trades? What's he been up to? I haven't been watching too many Ants Trades videos. The TA guys, the problem with the TA guys, the chart reader algorithm guys, is they don't pay attention to things like things that are happening in the court. I did watch this guy, Data Zero. Someone sent me a link to one of his videos after the settlement was approved, because he was saying nobody saw this coming. I don't understand why it's falling. Like, what the fuck are you saying? Nobody saw this coming. We've been telling you for months Ape was going to go up and AMC would get destroyed if due to the arbitrage, if the settlement was approved. Everyone saw it coming that was paying attention.
That day, that Friday in the courtroom, Tony, second round of testimony supposed to come through. I think that should have been a call, right? That, or at least to give you an idea of what the judge, when she had that Warson show up out of 14 for Friday, and then she called it a day.
You were there, right? You were there.
I was there in the courtroom. Yeah,
in the courtroom, not like in the waiting room. You were in the actual courtroom.
I was inside the courtroom. Yep, sitting there. Yep. And
wow. I should have known. How was Amato in person? Did you have any thoughts? Like, did she seem stern? Did she seem calm? Like, how was it?
So the court, so it was on the top floor of the Delaware courthouse there. It's the top floor had 2 courtrooms on it. One main one on the left, and then there was a smaller one on the right that press and where the people who were testifying were able to sit before you got called into the big room with the judge. And then they had a huge screen in that courtroom. That's where I saw gentleman Twitter there, Avi. Yeah, I saw him and the witnesses who were supposed to come tomorrow to show up were there listening, and those were the ones who didn't come back. And when that happened, that should have been a signal to me, right?
Did you see Al from Boston there?
How this is going? Was he? No, he wasn't there. I didn't see Al. No, fucking Al. How can you miss that guy? No, and I didn't recognize any of the people who were first I recognized in the courtroom was Avi. Yeah.
BSKA says, how did you get in the courtroom? Did you have a press pass, or how did you get in there?
No, I mean, it's a public courthouse. I mean, anyone can go in at any point. You just need an ID to get in, and nope.
Okay, I thought only people that were on the certified witness list were going to be allowed in the courtroom.
Avi was in there too. Yeah.
Is that Avi Harkishan?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't know who he was when I first sat down. I didn't know him.
Yeah, I didn't know he was there. I never saw him comment on that.
Yeah, he was sitting right behind me. And then I realized who he was when I came out because he popped in a Twitter thing saying, "Oh, we're closed for the day." I'm like, "Oh, that's the guy I just said hi to." But yeah, he was there. Yeah, that we were the only 2 besides the witnesses in the courtroom. But yeah,
was it full?
In the courtroom
that you could see
on the camera, yes. On the one with the camera, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mostly what, press or what?
No. Seems like more lawyers, court officials. Some of the people who were going to testify. After they could stay there, right? If they wanted to hear other people testify. So no, there was no me and Avi. We were the only 2 people in there. I think there might have been one other press person there, like an independent, but not from the AMT community. It's just
Dan the pilot is asking if you sold your AMC.
No, Dan, no, not yet. No, not yet. I probably should have. And I was well aware of what was going to go down. And I just decided to act, and that was very stupid of me. That is not a good retail trader. So don't do what I do. That's why I didn't come for 2 weeks and say, yeah, I'm still holding it. Because that could have hurt some other people, as it did me. And I'm not looking to hurt anyone, so I'd rather
Diamond Middle Finger says, Tony, are you out of AMC? I was out on the day that it ran up to 225. I was hoping it would go higher due to the arbitrage, but that didn't happen. So we had to call an audible. And I had, as you guys know, been buying Ape much cheaper than that. So I took that chance to get out, knowing that dilution was going to be announced and coming, and I would wait for the price to come down. So I am back in the play. This is, I guess, the first time I've talked about that. But let's see, my lowest purchase has been 1098. So I'm in green right now on the AMC. First time I've been able to say that in a while, right? Don't follow my fucking trades. I don't know. It could go down to $8, right? I don't even want to talk about AMC right now. For all we know, it could go to $8.
If I'll have to go back and look at this play and see two times have done something and didn't do it, would be May of 2021 and 3 weeks ago.
I saw someone earlier said that he sold at $69 or something. If that was true, like that, I'm sure everybody watching wishes they would have done that same thing, right?
Yep. Had I known, or everyone in the room here feels the same way.
What's up? Sufyan says, what do you have to say to people that want to redeem themselves but just realize the arbitrage play was real? I still hear people saying, Sufyan, that arbitrage never happened, which is hilarious to me, because right the day before the conversion, they were essentially about a nickel apart. Arbitrage definitely happened. The two prices met, just like we said.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, just like we said. What we did not anticipate was the obliteration of both of them running up into that day, right? I don't think any of us foresaw that happening, but the arbitrage where the two things meet, that happened. Anybody trying to say otherwise is just lying to themselves and to their audience.
Just so you guys know, I cannot see the comments right now. So if someone's asking a question, I can't see them, so I'm not looking at your screen.
Yeah, let me put up the chat on my screen so I can see your chat also. That would help.
Anya is crushing us right now.
Anya's pretty good at poker. She's in here a lot.
Can you see both chats?
Andrew says, you all said Ape was going to run. We said that Ape would go up and AMC would come down, but everything would be, the final arbitrage price would be dependent on where the two were the day before conversion. And again, Andrew, you can hate all you want, but I literally had people that followed our due diligence that made back $200,000 in the past few months. So whatever you type is irrelevant to me. I've got dozens of people that are now in the green on this play by listening to what we said on this channel. And for most of them, the way they did that was going in heavy on Ape when it was under $1. How many of you can say in the last few months you're up 100, 200, 300% on this play? If you can't, it's because you didn't buy Ape when it was cheap and sell it at 225 like these guys did. I'm not going to apologize for that. If you don't like that, I don't know what to say. You weren't listening close enough. I'm not here to give you step-by-step instructions. I can just tell you what I think is going to happen. You got to do your own work.
T, how long do you guys go on in the daytime on Discord? Are you there kind of throughout the
We're usually
day,
up
checking in
between, 4, 5, 6 in the morning pre-market until market close. And then a lot of times the conversations go till 10 o'clock at night. I have my other business stuff to attend to, so I'm not always there 20 hours a day, but as much as I can until my wife starts complaining.
Okay.
These guys that are playing at the poker table right now, is anything I'm saying untrue about people that are doing well in our Discord?
You guys are on the Discord, right?
The information I gave you, what? Made you a lot of money back. Like I'm not sitting here. I got 4 other people that are in our Discord. If I was sitting here lying to YouTube, any of these guys could call me out on it. It's an open discussion. I've shared screenshots from other people. And you're slowly recovering. Anya, what's your biggest regret, Anya?
Who is that talking right now? Is
that you didn't listen sooner? Keep a stash of cash, right? Cash is king, Anya. Andrew says, I listened to you say the company was done if the reverse split was denied. It would be done, Andrew. Bankruptcy is not a good bet. Cutting off the company's balls and not letting them raise money was not going to end well. I understand you guys are frustrated that this is not going well at the moment, but you didn't hear me saying QSIP was going to cause a short squeeze or reverse split was going to cause a short squeeze. I did not say that. I get lumped in with that crowd. Massive. Was that ever our talking point?
No.
That the short squeeze, that the reverse split was going to cause a short squeeze? Did we ever say that to your recollection?
No, all I remember saying is that the reverse split is something the company is dire need of right now.
A cash raise was something that they're in dire need of.
Yep.
And I still have an open invitation to any finance or accounting professional that wants to come in and debate with me and a couple of other CPAs the financial statements. 6 months I've had an open invitation. Not one person has stepped up to tell me that this company is financially healthy. It is absolutely in need of cash.
Yeah, T, what would have been our cash on hand had we not sold any of those apes?
If they had not done the Antara deal, we'd be under 100 million cash and probably getting foreclosed on by the lenders.
Imagine that. Knowing everything we know now about, like, you know, the new COVID scares and the writers and actors strike, throw all that on top of it, right? And maybe a bear market coming very soon. I mean, all the wigs are betting on a bear market, right? We got tens and hundreds of billions of dollars betting against the market over the next 6 months.
Juicy got you crazy. He says he'll master debate you. What's up, Juicy?
Hey, Juicy. But I do think that this thing with I mean, I don't know how you're going to come out of seeing something like that go down yesterday and say doesn't care about AMC.
How he creates
a company to make
industry revolutionary deal like the Taylor Swift, but he wants to bankrupt the company.
Yeah, just has he soured on me in the last year? Absolutely. Is he still doing his job as a CEO? Yes.
I think the biggest problem with Adam Aron is the biggest problem is people giving too much meaning to what he says. You guys have heard me say 100 times, if not 1,000, trust no CEO, stop wasting time decoding tweets. That's all just silliness. Understand what the company needs to do, what they're trying to do, and put the puzzle together. You can figure out what's going to happen. You can see the balance sheet. You can see the income statement. You can see the losses. You know what's coming. It's not like you bought a Microsoft, right?
Yeah. And computer software engineer on strike right now. Right?
Bravskar.
T, did you? I don't remember if I asked you an article about how the AMC had lost all the profits game one, and that the shorts had cashed in like 560 million so far this year. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Was it this year or this month?
It's like dueling pianos, right? an article come out shitting all over us that shows that we just broke all-time records for concerts in a theater that had never done before. It's like crazy, right? This thing is.
I did not mean to hit all in, by the way. I meant to hit call. God damn it.
She just wiped you. She just wiped you out.
I meant to hit call and I hit all in.
Man, I thought 4King was going to take it in 2 pair. Yeah, who's playing with you, Anya? Oh, all right. There you go. Oh, wow, we got a flush, huh? Oof.
Oh, he's got an advantage then.
Yeah.
Andrew says the decodes are not silly. Yeah, I agree with you. The Taylor Swift one, I had like a feeling. I had a feeling that when he tweeted that photo that one day we'd hear something. I didn't think it would be what we ended up getting this week, but which was exceeded my expectations. But I think the people that make videos and put out all these tweets pumping people up, relentlessly decoding tweets, even though I love it and it's good entertainment, I think it's a little bit it can lead some people into holding something too long. Let's put it that way.
I am much happier, though, knowing that happened yesterday instead of nothing, right? Wait the man to speak. Thanks, man. I'll give you that.
Someone asked me what brand cigar this was. I already tore the wrapper up. It says San Andrea. I have a Cigar of the Month club, and they just send me a package, so I don't even select them anymore. Excuse me 1 second. I'm going to go grab some agua.
All right, let me go to the chat real quick while T is away. So I don't have any dead air time. I'm not looking at. What's going on, man? How are you doing, my friend? I hope you are well too. And Ape says, Mandalorian, you're gonna lose. I'm getting smoked, Ape. I'm getting smoked. I think I won one hand.
The whole purpose to buy and hold and leave no ape behind. Well, I get it, Nana Ape. Some people that is your purpose. I believed in that for 2 years, Nana. But at some point, I have to recognize that the play was evolving, and I have to evolve as a trader with it.
Yeah. There's no way possible that we can anticipate these kinds of and announcements. How that's gonna, I mean, I don't know. It's just been such a fucking crazy ride.
But Johnny, we knew that the company needed to raise money and that they were going to dilute, right?
I know. So right? If you decide to stay in the company, if you decide to stay in now, You can't bitch
if you
about
decided
it, right?
to buy
You've
and
made your
hold
decision.
through that, you made a decision to watch your price go down. That is almost inevitable, that when the company announces dilution, that the price is not going to go down. Now, I took a chance. I saw the people on Twitter that were saying it was going to squeeze when they announced dilution. I took a chance and said, in my experience, dilution often has some negative price effects. We talked about that on this channel on live streams many times. I took a chance to step out of the way and go into cash in case the price fell so that I could rebuy at a lower point. And I'm glad I did that. I have no regrets. If I was wrong and it would have squoze after the conversion, guess what? It takes me 5 seconds to buy back in. So that was my choice. Lizzie says, why can Mass not see his chat? Johnny, go ahead and turn your screen back on. Don't worry about my cards. I already lost. I'm not worried if you can. I don't want you to miss
the weirdest
your
hold'em game I've ever played. Okay.
He had his screen off, so he couldn't see my cards.
I'm trying not to see Tony's cards, so it's cheating. Sorry, what was the question? Oh, how come I can't see my screen? Because I have this on Discord trying to, so I can't see Tony's hand. But I'll answer it now.
Andrew says Adam Aaron's tweeting about The Exorcist. The only thing I want to hear him tweet about is what the fuck is he doing with raising
what's the plan?
money, honestly,
what's the plan?
This point.
Yeah, what is the plan? What is the plan? And by the way, going back to the earnings call real quick, do you find it weird that he didn't mention Dell?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. It doesn't seem like that's in the cards for this first round of shares that they're going to drop.
I don't know if that was a distraction. Yeah, I don't know if that was a distraction technique or if he really is not worried about the debt at all. I think that he should address some of it. God damn it. I had a pair and I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
It auto folded me.
Is that going to get addressed? I don't know. He talked about what they want to do, but did not mention that word at all. And I don't know what that means, because isn't that the biggest issue that we're dealing with right now? Is that huge amount of debt hanging out?
That's the main reason the company's being shorted, that and the fact of prospect of additional quarters with negative earnings. Those two things together, right?
Yeah.
Steve Santos, what's up, brother? Nana says maybe he shouldn't let them know his plans. Yeah, I'm thinking, Nana, that maybe he did not say something about the debt in the last quarterly earnings call because he didn't want to reveal his hand. That is like a hope that I have, that there is some plan for the debt, but that's just speculation on my part. Sure would like to know. I'm sure you guys would too. Massalorian, did Pam get married? Dan is saying he saw her bride-to-be photo on Twitter.
I thought I can't remember for her because I was a little tipsy. Like they were kidding. I think. You think it's real?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Oh, I did see.
Let me
see the mention, but I thought they were joking.
Let me pull up her Twitter real quick. I don't see that tweet.
I think if she got hitched, it would be in Twitter, right?
She was at someone's wedding. Here's one from August 12th. She says she's at her niece's bridal shower.
Yeah. I thought that was, I think they were just kind of pulling my leg the other night.
She was posing in front of a bride-to-be of her niece.
Okay. That's probably what it was. Yeah. Someone else said that though. Someone mentioned that they heard Pam got married. Get her on here. Question her.
Tindy Time, what's up? I didn't see that he was in the chat earlier. How you doing, amigo? Doobie 420 says the Democratic pandemic has just started for next year's election. Yeah,
Right
we are, some of us worried about that.
That's worrisome for the theater industry in general.
Yeah,
God forbid that happens.
If they go over the top with this shit again, yeah, I'm worried about it. Dan says he's going to marry Pam. Woo! Hopefully Prometheus isn't watching.
Is this Dan the? Yeah, watching. Is this the chat right now? Is that Dan the pilot?
Yeah, Dan the pilot
saying that.
Yeah,
yeah, I saw him saying that the other night too. Yeah, I wouldn't be worried, Dan. I don't think she got married yet, but her and Prometheus seem like they got something going on. So those two kids, love is in the air.
Mass, are you dealing with these 100-degree temperatures up there where you're at on the West Coast?
It is 22 degrees right now. 2 degrees here. Celsius.
Wait, 22 Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Yeah. Celsius. 22.
I said, is it 22 Celsius or Fahrenheit? You said yes.
Sorry.
He's already switched to the metric system. I don't even know
Celsius.
what 22 Celsius is.
Celsius, sorry.
That is 71 in Fahrenheit. For
the gas here is like $2 a liter. So it looks it's crazy expensive.
Shin Kyoku. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier. What's up, amigo?
A port.
Yeah, your mic is a little low, Johnny. Looks like he's buffering a little bit too. Well, let's see if he gets it fixed. Real Rugged says Massalori needs to invest in a new mic setup. I don't know if it's his mic or his internet or his computer. He's going to try and sort it out. We'll give him a minute. Every stream, but does hey Rugged, does his mic and internet work when he's not on Restream with me? Is he good when he's by himself? I'm just curious if it's like a restream issue. Oh, was it, Kevin? DM says, I went to AMC on the way home to grab my son 2 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle popcorn buckets, and the inquiries on everything Taylor Swift, including merchandise, is overwhelming. Is that what they told you at the theater there? I saw that there was some merch for Taylor Swift being advertised too. DM, good evening. Dan, what kind of whiskey are we drinking tonight? I have a little bit left here of my Japanese scotch, the Nika. Anya, that was a good recommendation from your husband. Let him know. The Nika, Nikka, coffee grain whiskey. Oh. I got a little bit left on you.
A bottle of what?
He does.
Zipka?
I would. Nikka, Nikka. Let's see. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. But yeah, I would definitely buy this again. You're going to buy one tomorrow? I might have to go shopping this weekend. I've got a bottle of tequila over there, but I'll be out of my scotch after this one's done.
Nika?
Who was that just... Yeah, Anya, go ahead. And Anya, why do you think that keeping cash on hand was a good tip? Yes. I see a lot of people struggling right now out in social media. Like, I know I should buy... Well, let's just pick a random stock. I know I should buy AMC right now because it's at $10.98, but I don't have any money. It sucks, whether it's Disney or Palantir or Tesla or AMC or...
There you go.
Now you didn't make any moves prior to the conversion, right, Anya? You did? Oh, you did it late. Okay. Yeah, the longer you waited, the less compelling of a play it became, right?
Yeah.
Maximus says a good investor is like water. They flow with the energy. That's what I want you guys to... I want you to hear Maximus' message. If you are static in a play, if you have a mission and you invest in something and you never realize that the world and the play is changing around you, you're going to end up regretting it. As an investor, you have to be fluid, like water, like Maximus says. #evolve. I added that last bit in, Maximus, but I like your analogy.
Sounds like something from The Art of War. Right?
Yeah. This week, I already told the folks in my Discord, but this week I got rid of my last 2 bags from 2021 using the same strategy that I tell you guys all the time. Look at the damn financials. And these were smaller positions for me in some alternative energy plays that I had bought, because of the Biden administration. And they did fine in 2021. But I held on to them too long, and I was like, well, maybe they'll come back. And they didn't. But they were so small, I wasn't really worried about them. But I ended up being down like 80%. I looked at them this week. I'm like, fuck, man. Everything in my portfolio is green except these 2. And I'm really tired of looking at that. So what did I do? I pulled out the financial statements. I looked at the last 8 quarters. Nothing was getting better. Nothing had improved. And so I took the loss. I sold them. And I saved the last bit of cash that I had in them, because I know that with that cash on you, what can I do? I can put it to use in something that's actually turning a profit, something that's actually growing, whether it's a swing trade or a long-term trade. You have to evolve with your plays if things aren't working out.
You said, did you see the other day that was one of those was plug
Plug
one of those,
was one,
stocks?
and fuel, FUEL. Those were the 2 tickers.
Those was, what was it? Had hydrogen energy there?
Yeah. I had high hopes for them in 2021, and then I just wasn't paying attention to them much, and they just kept on going down. But
no improvements in 8 quarters. Was it just was Plug just way overvalued when you first bought it?
All I did was look at the net income, Johnny.
Yeah.
Their revenue and their net income was never improving. I didn't even need to look past that, honestly.
Yeah.
Once I finally took the time to sit down and look, it's not getting better. I can always go back and rebuy them if things change, but I'm not going to ride those to zero either.
Yeah. I was watching a thing on China the other day. I guess they're having a major issue over there with quality checks on a lot of their batteries that are coming out of China right now that are blowing up. Cars and e-bikes, scooters. I mean, I must have seen dozens and dozens of CCTV cameras from all over China of these bikes exploding, and then it blows up every bike within sight.
Have you seen the container ships that have been catching on fire?
Oh my God. China, I never understood
with like
how
10,000 cars in them or 4,000.
Yes. And they're having the same issues T over there with some of these.
No, Mullen hasn't made any cars yet, Anya.
No, only the CEO drives one.
But I mean, that is my, I've seen that Massalorian, like some CCTV photos of it from Asia of like condos or apartments or whatever. And there's a car on fire out there, and then it spreads to the other ones. And those are difficult fires to put out.
It's crazy. What's happened?
Yeah. Electric
cars.
Spontaneous combustion. So you guys, some of y'all who watch this channel know that I worked in the corporate world for a while, 15 years for one company. And it was in the tech industry. And so I have lived that life of dealing with battery fires and dealing with Asian suppliers. I spent the better part of a year of my life troubleshooting battery fires. And it's always been a concern of mine as EV, knowing, just in the small tech that I dealt with, having to deal with battery fires and deal with suppliers that had substandard manufacturing, and then they outsource it to other sub-suppliers and don't tell you. If you're not on top of your Asian suppliers, things get out of hand. That's why I've practically lived in Asia half of my career, hand holding these people. I'm very concerned about that for this EV industry, because now we're talking huge batteries, massive fires.
Yeah.
I'm worried. I'm seriously worried about it. It doesn't take much to get that. What you're talking about, Johnny, these
Yeah.
spontaneous
And if you have a
combustion.
recall, if you have some kind of recall like that, forget it.
Yeah,
Forget
you're going to bankrupt the company.
Yep. And
that's what I worry about. Like with
the CCCP can't lift everyone from bankruptcy, right?
I worry about that, like with a Mullen or a Polestar or a Rivian. Like if they end up getting manufacturing defects on the batteries and they're not on top of it, it will bankrupt you.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen some fire training videos. They have like this blanket they throw over the car. But not all of the fire departments around the world are set up to put out EV battery fires. It's going to take some preparation. There is a way to do it, but not with traditional equipment.
Yeah, but what would they do? Have some kind of thing in the engine, like a fire retardant that just kills everything there?
It's been a year since I watched one of those videos, but yeah, go Google it. How to put out an EV car battery fire. There are some videos. There is some technology to do it, but regular, using water does not work.
Yeah. Something about the lithium, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't. It's a chemical reaction. It's not a fire.
Yeah. I mean, that's that's why we have quality control, right? And CCCP that is not a good system, right? There's no checks over there on anything. Anything goes. And when you have things like that, you're gonna run into issues when there's no one there to check to make sure you're doing things right.
The stories I could tell you, my man. The stories I could tell you. When we were dealing with the suppliers over there, they were like reporting 99% first pass yield, quality's fantastic. And the first time I flew over there and went and toured a factory, I was literally watching 50% of the product being failed off the manufacturing line and hauled into a back room. And they'd fix it all at night when our company representatives went away. And I was like,
50%?
Yes. And they're reporting to my VP that it was 99%. And I called back home. I was like, I'm going to need to extend this trip. I was like, this is not 99%. And
wow.
I had to have a come to Jesus with the CEO of that company, and they hated me for a while. I was like, this is, you can't take me out to some fancy dinner and expect me just to ignore that this is going on.
Yeah.
We're going to have to come clean. You're going to have to be honest, and we're going to have to come up with a corrective action plan and report on it and get you to a real 99%. And yeah, I mean, I would stay over there sometimes 3 or 4 weeks, come home for a weekend, and then go right back. It was bad.
Do you see that some of the bigger EV companies right now, do you think that they actually have their act together, or do you think this could be an issue that they have as well?
I think all of them, if they're sourcing products from Asia, they all have risk.
Yeah.
And some of it, if you're a high dollar manufacturer and you really have really good suppliers, it's not as big of a deal. But when you're beating up your suppliers for cost reductions and your suppliers are in Asia and you don't have your thumb on them over there. Look, we even had company reps that were Asian that lived there in Taiwan and China. And you know what they did? They did the
What?
go along to get along bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't want to rock the boat, you know.
I don't want to kill
How
my
can
client.
you fucking live there and turn a blind eye to this shit?
Yeah, it's crazy.
How come I got to fly over there and it's so obvious to me? It was the go along to get along bullshit.
Yeah.
A cultural thing, if you will.
A lot of smoke and mirrors over there, right?
So I think if you're a high margin company and you can hire good suppliers over there and you have good quality control, you can be okay. But as soon as you stop watching or as soon as you start pressuring them for cost reductions, you know what they do? They find somebody else that can manufacture that part cheaper. And they subcontract it. And now you lost your supply chain, and they don't even tell you they did that. We ran into that a lot. They were using unauthorized suppliers because we were forcing them to reduce cost. So what do? They do the normal thing. They figure out a way to make the customer, my company, happy by doing whatever is necessary, but they don't tell you. And that ends up killing you. And that's why I ended up quitting that company that I worked for 15 years, because they were more concerned about cost than quality. And I don't like that.
And how long ago was that, T, that you left that? How long ago?
2003.
Okay, so we're talking 20 years ago, you were seeing that kind of stuff going on. Got to be 10 times worse. Got to be.
Yep.
With everything that's with the growth that they've had, that unbelievable growth that they've had in the last 20 years, built all the building. I mean, imagine the shortcuts they've taken.
I bet scary. I could go to any Asian factory right now. Apple, Tesla, or whoever, pick your company and shred their manufacturing quality control in about a day.
Yep. There's a lot of companies who have completely pulled all of their manufacturing from China recently. Have you seen like some of the numbers? And I've just been watching the people outside who have lost their jobs, but like we're talking like hundreds and hundreds of companies that just completely either they were washed out by the typhoon that just hit them a couple weeks ago, which is crazy to you. I don't know if you saw this, but they showed the water running down these streets, and the people in the city were picking up the drain grates. They didn't go anywhere. So there was just a hole in the ground with a grate over it. And there's no actual piping in these cities for the sewage, for water runoff. So the people in China were pulling off the covers and showing there's only a little hole right here. There's no drainage at all.
Was that the videos we weren't supposed to see?
Yes.
I saw some of that on YouTube. I didn't know if that was real or not.
Yes. That and the bridge, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow. I'm like, they're going to actually. So, and the other thing with the bridge that came down in Beijing, apparently what happened with that flooding in Beijing was to protect the very, the very center of Beijing. Yes. Oh, wait, what?
Oh, I see. Pam the trader is in the chat. Sorry to interrupt you, Mass.
Go. No, go. Hey, Pam.
Pam, just to confirm, Pam, you are not getting married, correct? Someone was asking about your bride-to-be photo. I said that was your niece's wedding, but if I'm incorrect, if you're getting married, let us know. Melt Up says, how can I join this poker game? The people that are in the game, Melt Up, are in the Discord. This screen that I'm showing is Discord poker. Pam, you should join us. I think Pam, did I send you an invite to the Discord? Pam, have you talked to Karen lately? I see Karen down in the bottom left. She's got the crown as the reigning champion of poker. Karen, I mean. Oh, she was last season winner. Okay. Pam says her niece is getting married next month on September 23. This month. It's actually September now. Congratulations to your niece, Pam. Yeah, we're trying to keep it a little bit relaxed tonight, Pam. Just having a drink, having a smoke, playing some poker, occasionally talking some stocks. I didn't even realize today was September 1st until I looked at the when I was setting up the thumbnail for this live stream. What's up, Gorilla Gardener? Oh boy, here we go. Now it's a game.
Clearly.
Or maybe I was just bluffing. Oh, I was going to, but it's too late. Damn it.
I'm not looking. I'm not cheating for you. I'm seeing if I can find some of that video footage for you guys.
Melt Up says, Tony, what do you think of AMC volume post reverse split? I haven't been paying that much attention to the volume. Been focusing on the price, to be honest. Seems like 10 times the volume with 10x less shares. He says. Is that true? Anybody been paying attention to the volume?
I didn't see what it was yesterday.
I'm serious. I have not been looking at the volume. I have been very attuned to the price chart. For anyone who thinks that I'm not watching this play closely, I will correct you. Just because I'm quiet, don't think I went away. Prometheus in the house. What's up, buddy?
What's up,
Join
bro?
us in the poker room, Prometheus. We can still hear you talk, even if you're not playing. I'll tell you, my most surprising thing of the past couple of weeks, I figured at some point the price was going to go down, obviously, which is why I sold. I was not expecting it that first week when the price got decimated. I was expecting it the following week after the conversion. Of everything that's happened in the past few weeks, that was the biggest surprise to me, that they would walk down the price prior to anything happening. And the ability that they had to do that. Was anybody else shocked? Like, everybody's still holding. Nothing changed. The short interest is high on AMC, and they fucking decimated the price. Like, what chance did we ever have?
Short interest was like what, 26.8%?
Yeah,
That what I saw?
like
What? How is that
I
possible?
mean, it's so obvious that they can control the price whenever they want. I was just flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Like, how can you sit at 4 billion market cap for so long, and then in 1 week they walk it down to 1.8 before anything happened?
On the same fucking, yeah, I know.
Before anything happened, before reverse split, before conversion, they just fucking obliterate half the market cap.
And gotta wonder what's going on.
What power? What power do we have? We have
on?
no power. We have no fucking power.
You think some institutional buying was happening today, Tony?
I today?
Yeah, I know you thought Wednesday, but what about today?
Harder to say when it's cheaper.
Yeah,
but yeah, I will talk about what I think is going on after the AMC press release. Okay, I don't want to speculate on YouTube. I think that there is something happening, and I don't think anything is an accident.
Did you see of Hawaii told Joe Biden to take $700 and get back on the fucking plane?
No.
Did you see that lady? Oh man, it was awesome. I still that they just dropped $25 billion for Ukraine yesterday, and they're not giving anyone in Hawaii another penny. It's really mind blowing. It really is. These people just. It's not even that they don't have a heart. They are like ice cold. I mean, I don't know. And then you got Oprah Winfrey and The Rock out there asking for donation. Oprah, aren't you worth like? Well, she's the richest woman in the world, right?
She could probably buy Maui.
Donation. Give me a break.
Someone asked, Rich says, is Adam Aaron completely owned by the shorts and hedgies? I know a lot of people think that, Rich. I'm not in that camp. I think he is I think he's hamstrung by the debt that he has and by the lenders to a certain amount. I don't think that he's I guess the question really is, are the lenders some of the ones shorting the company because they're down on their bonds, right? I think that at the end of the day, he's doing what he can to save the company, and there'll be some announcement that the company has in coming days or weeks. In fact, I'm surprised it hasn't already happened. Until then, it's just a lot of things are my speculation, and there's no sense in me adding more theories. We'll see when they announce. And if there is no announcement, if they just let everything get melted down and they don't do anything, then hang them all high from the highest tree. Because we all got screwed.
That'll be an issue. Yeah, that'll be an issue. I mean, I don't think he wants to lose his entire audience that's going to the theaters as well. You know, there's these times when I get really upset with everything that the C-suite and Aaron are doing, right? There's these spaces of time and pockets where I get bitter.
And what do you mean, Kevin? A lot more things like what? Yeah, I mean that's what we've said, right? Like he's not showing evidence of somebody who's giving up, but a lot of people their expectations on timeline and the way things happen, people's expectations are that they want things much faster and things don't always happen as fast as we would like them to. That I think sometimes there's a disconnect between what people want and what can actually happen in a large company to roll shit out. Yeah, of course. I've told you guys when we, my corporate life, when we were working on new products, it was an 18 to 24 month process to roll out a new product. So I give him a lot of leeway on the popcorn taking a year. The candy he's talked about, but the candy's not in AMC shelves yet, right? But it will be. He told you it's coming. You got all sorts of things to work through to make that happen. Supply chain to line up, packaging design. There's many things that need to happen. People think just because he announces it, it's going to be ready the next day. I would say, big corporations don't work at that speed. But he is trying new things, so I'll give him credit for that. Prometheus says, do you think trading platforms are trying to locate shares? Webull still owes me 279 settlement shares. I'm actually surprised if any U.S. broker has not handed out settlement shares by today. Any foreign broker, I'm less surprised.
What is the turnaround time supposed to be for that?
It should be a couple days. Why it takes longer, I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish we had somebody. I wish we had a concierge that could explain to us in a logical way, because when we don't have a logical explanation, all of our minds go to crime, manipulation.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Which is why I think a concrete answer is important. And then following through on what the procedure is also important.
Look, the investor relations at AMC is dropping the ball in explaining this shit. They should be going above and beyond explaining to people why this process is so fucked up, because
that's gonna be my
the lack of communication just leads people to generate conspiracy theories, and maybe they're right. How do we know? We don't know because nobody tells us shit. That is irritating to me. I get it. Everybody that's mad about stuff like that.
I mean, we're talking about billions of dollars possibly here at stake. The fact that we don't have a concise breakdown of exactly how this is going to play out, I think in itself is a crime. They should have said, here's how this is going down. If within 48 hours you do not have this in your, or each broker has 48 hours to locate everything and have them in everyone, and start either fining or whatever it takes, because in 24-hour period, how many hundreds of millions of dollars can be affected by float not being correct or not the right amount of shares in everyone's account. I mean, who knows what can happen that time.
And the problem is there's only so much AMC can do about it, right? They authorize the shares through computer share,
right,
to hand them over to the DTCC and the brokers, and then they've done their part. AMC's done what they can do.
Right.
So all they can tell you is call your broker. Well, who the fuck is doing the oversight on the brokers?
Right. Gary Gensler.
We have nobody. We have nobody helping us. And it's not Adam Aron's fault, and it's not AMC's fault. And I don't even know what sway or power they have, but somebody from investor relations. Hello, if you're watching, John Merriweather, somebody should be communicating to shareholders something. Like, we understand you're upset. We understand not all of you have got your shares yet. We're calling these brokers. Do fucking something.
Just
I get it.
These two moves, him giving out APE and then taking it back, they were almost a week of all kinds of fluctuations with who had what in what account. I mean, that's got to have a major impact. Who knows how much of an impact it could have?
Yeah, I don't blame AMC for that though. Like, this is not AMC's fault. It's the fucking brokers.
I'm not saying it is, T. I'm saying and if it's the broker's fault, then the regulators' jobs, right? I don't know what the fuck they're doing down there, but they're not the fucking brokers. That's for damn sure. Nobody knows what's going on. Depending on what country and what day it is, you might not. Well, how is that affecting the actual? We know what the actual numbers are. There should be an absolute, concise breakdown of every step of how this is playing out. Talking about people who have hundreds of thousands of dollars stock, and if you got a whole department called investor relations, they should be out there making their own fucking videos saying, hey, for everyone out there, we know we got 3.5 million of you. Here's how this is going to break down. And if there's a problem here, well, here's the culprit. And if you don't have them by here, here's the culprit. And if you don't have them by here, here's your culprit, right? Break it down so we can figure out, okay, is this TD Ameritrade's fault? Is this the DTCC? Who is slipping here? Who doesn't have the shares that they're supposed to have?
Prometheus says he's been calling Webull daily and they keep telling him tomorrow.
That's crazy.
I don't know what to say. I mean, it's fucked up. It's not AMC's fault. It's the fucking brokers. And that is indicative clearly of some problem. But unfortunately, that problem has not translated into a stunning increase in the price of the stock. Although it has gone up, from $10.75 to $13. Is that them going to try and find shares? I don't fucking know. I don't know any more than you guys do when it comes to how the sausage is made.
I mean, stock has got 27% short interest on it, and they can't locate half of the shares.
All I know is we got no fucking help from anybody.
And regardless of whether the whole thing with Fidelity was a glitch again 2 weeks in a row, okay, whatever. They got shitty software. I don't know how. But that also doesn't help, right? That didn't help at all last 2 weeks when that shut down. And I'm not saying that's on purpose because of AMC, but that could have had it. Look, it happened at the worst time ever. Power hour when we're trying to run on 20%, and millions of people are shut out of their brokerage accounts. That help us.
Maximus says he thinks Apex, the clearinghouse, is behind it. I've heard a lot of people on social media saying that the brokers are blaming the clearinghouse. Have you heard that, Mass? Or
just
anybody?
For the delay,
y'all?
Yeah. I don't know if I believe that.
In a world of computers, I agree. Whoever said that comment, Rich, in a world of computers, it should not be that difficult to not get this done in T+2. That's the most that I think is reasonable.
Yes.
For anybody to wait.
T+2. Yeah. And that should have been made clear. Like AMC, and I think this is part of AMC slip here. And we're brothers, but also on their investor relations for these people who are still waiting for their shares. Who is it that's supposed to be checking on this? And why didn't investor relations do a deep dive to explain to everyone exactly how this is going to go down? I mean, they have a whole department over there that they're paying, and I haven't heard anything from them. I mean, have anyone from their investor relations department come on and tell about anything that's going on? They got these people on the board there. I was looking at the other day. They have like 12 or 13 people who are supposed to be doing investor relations. These guys are all drawn on a salary. I've never heard of any of them. They've never come out and talked or done anything.
Do they have 12 or 13 people? I thought John was like a one-man show.
Hold on. No. I was just looking the other day. I'm like, all right, who are the people who are on the board of directors here? Who are the people who should be telling us exactly what's going down? Yeah. Okay, so here's I'm just pulling it up right. Senior board of directors for AMC's investor relations. Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3.
I'll tell you what, Johnny.
The board of directors.
I don't want to run for the board because that is a thankless job. But if they would hire me to be the customer advocate of investor relations, I would fucking straighten this shit out and show them what real communication is, because they are what's the phrase?
Slipping?
They're dropping the ball.
Yep.
They're lacking. Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
They know. They know how
that could be helping us.
They know how they have a lot of retail investors who aren't really informed about the process. They know that they have a lot of suspicious people about malfeasance going on. They should be over communicating right now.
Yeah. Especially with a huge move like this, right? When it's something like a conversion and reverse split. The fact that we don't have breakdown and a time in order to get it done.
Even if they didn't have any answers.
No, just say we don't know.
Even if they didn't have answers, that they could say, hey, we have reached out to all the brokers. We've called Gary Gensler. We've called the DTCC. We're doing what we can. Just fucking say something.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Yeah.
But the quiet is very irritating. I get it.
We didn't even hear from the CEO for a week. He has
What was that, Anya?
Cinema Sunday.
Yeah.
Nope.
He didn't even talk about that. That was weird. It was bigger than last year, and he didn't say anything.
You got to wonder, why was the communication after this went down? Why were they quiet for a week? What was behind that? Because this isn't a guy who just falls off. I have my theories.
Right. I have my theories that there is a reason, but I'm not going to talk about them until I give them a little more time. Well, you're in the Discord. You can go read what my theories are. I'm just not going to talk about them on YouTube. But yeah, if I'm right, we'll go over it. And if I'm wrong, then like I said, hang them all fucking from the top limb.
Do you think maybe that Lee said to him, hey, why don't you just stay off Twitter for a couple of days until it cashes itself out and everyone gets their shares, and instead of saying anything?
It could be that, or there could be some other plans in the works that they can't talk about yet because they're not done.
Right.
Maximus says he will drop the Oppenheimer. I hope he's got an Oppenheimer planned for everybody's sake. Unfortunately, I think the people that held all the way for the 80% rundown, even an Oppenheimer is not going to save them at this point. If your cost basis is $200, it's going to be a tough comeback. Fuck the QSIP numbers.
Oh, yep.
I mean, I love everybody to death. Everybody that's pushing the QSIP numbers. Don't think I haven't had at least one conversation with them. I'm not on board with that. Not on board with that.
What is that? What did Angelo say? That's something with the QSIP?
There was first of all the theory that a QSIP number change would create a short squeeze, which we've never seen that happen. And I know people, oh, but Tony, what about Cosmos Holdings? That was not a QSIP change that did that. So you can forget about that. But then there's this other, the 100 QSIPs around the world that are trading ape. I don't know. I just, how many theories have we heard about anything that ever made a bit of difference in 2 years? I just can't, in good conscience, go out in public and talk about that stuff because there's no evidence that any of that matters at the end of the day. You've seen what happened to the price. The price at the end of the day is all that matters. And they had the ability to decimate shareholders the week before the reverse split and conversion. That's just mind-blowing.
For no reason at all.
Yeah, with nothing fucking changed, and they obliterated the price. Like, how the hell does that happen?
I don't know. But we should have taken a lesson from when they dropped Ape, and it was all that bullshit that went on for days on days. People are not getting anything delivered. Oh, hang on, they're coming. Oh, we're giving you cash. Oh, it's a wash. Even when they released Ape, we should have been feverishly hounding them. How is this going to play out? I want to know when I'm going to have my shares on my account, or when they're supposed to be there, according to regulations. How long is it supposed to take when you do a reverse split for your shares to end up in your account? You should have, again, it's 2023, like the gentleman said that. It's 2023. That should be, you can move mountains these days with computers. There's no reason that there should be this kind of lapse in 2023 with this tech we have. There's a million, you can click like that, but somehow they can't convert it. I don't see how they can't add that button to make that just as easy. I don't know. They've done it before.
In the chat. Steven, join us in the poker room if you want to share some of your thoughts. He says he's going to see the Equalizer 3. I rented the Meg yesterday so that I could in good faith go see the Meg 2 in this next week or so.
Did you saw Oppenheimer?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was great.
Yeah.
We saw Oppenheimer. We saw what else did we see? I've been to like 3 or 4 movies in the past week, and I still have 3 or 4 to go.
Oh, you saw Gran Turismo, right?
Gran Turismo, yes. Gosh, I thought that was going to be some corny video game movie, and I don't know if I was just in some sort of mood, but when I went and saw that movie, I literally walked out of there thinking that's one of the best movies I've seen this year.
Wow, really?
It made me think, made me think of Rocky, made me think of Rudy, like the underdog. Where this guy succeeds against all the odds, and you really get invested in the character, and it takes you through the full range of emotions. And on top of that, just the emotional experience of being in the movie, the camera angles, the special effects, the race cars, everything was just top notch. The sound and the Dolby Digital. I would go see that movie again the next day. I would have gone and seen it again without hesitation. Wait, that's what? What'd you say about the underdog? Oh yeah. Does he race go-karts or what? Or carts? What do you call them? I got to meet one of the Formula One drivers when he was here in Austin. And I asked him, I forget, he was the guy that won about 5 years ago. Fuck if I remember his name. I don't follow Formula One that close. Some Italian or Spaniard or Mexican. He was a foreigner, a really tiny guy.
That's a that's wide spectrum.
He was not American.
Italian to Spanish to Mexican.
he was some Latin blooded driver. And I said, how did you get involved in Formula One driving? And he said, I've been doing it since a kid. I started kart racing. I was like, wow, that is a life story right there. Like that dude followed his dream from a young age, and he made it to Formula fucking One, and he won in Austin at the Circuit of Americas.
You know, that first part you were saying to you about the movie, how you invested into the character, and you know, we're missing that in a lot of these movies that are coming out now. Right? Investment into the characters.
Yeah, you know? I like a good movie that tells a good story. And a lot of what Hollywood's putting out right now just makes me sick to my stomach with this whole not very well thought out scripts or plots or all the remakes, you know. But this one was very original. It was based on a true story, which I liked. And it sucked me in. Like I wasn't expecting it to be that good. And most of the people that have commented on my post, other than the ones, why are you commenting on AMC? Didn't you sell? Other than those dickheads, you know, the ones that actually saw the movie, they were like, yeah, I had the same experience. So go see Gran Turismo. If you're trying to pick what to watch in the next few weeks, Oppenheimer and Gran Turismo.
Did I see today that Disney hits 52-week low, $81?
Yeah, I have my next buy on Disney at $80.50.
Oh, we're almost there. Almost there. You think Q3 is going to be good, T?
Huh?
For Disney? You think Disney's going to have a nice Q2? Or had a nice Q2?
I don't know. I mean, I could see Disney going down into the 60s easily, and that's fine with me because I'm not buying it for a 12-month play or a 6-week play. I'm buying it for 10 years. So the cheaper it gets, I got an initial entry at 85. I'll buy a little more at 80, 50. Then I'll drop it down and I'll do my next buy like 5 or 10% lower than that and just keep on buying because I think that over time, over the next 10 years, I'm going to be happy that I bought Disney cheap. Well, I'm just good at being patient, Anya. I'm not always good at timing the bottom perfectly. Well, I've been doing this a long time. Well, when you're not sure if you're buying the bottom, just don't buy a lot. Right? I just bought I bought a little Disney at 85. And the more it drops, the more I'll buy. That's my basic methodology. Like get an initial entry because maybe that was the bottom, but if you're wrong and it keeps going down and the chart says Disney will go down more. There's nothing bullish on the chart. So if it keeps going down, I'll just increase the quantity that I buy.
The casting for Snow White and the Seven Dwarves are going to make it go down.
Massalorian, hang on. What did you say, Anya? And Massalorian said as the Snow White is going to not be good for Disney. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to hate.
No. I think
there's a lot to hate about Disney.
Their savior.
Oh no, you're joking.
Yeah,
there's a lot to hate about Disney.
It's going to be a massive.
I love it when people start hating on a company because then it gets so cheap that it makes it a good buy for me. But I don't think Disney's in any risk of going bankrupt.
I think so. You can't hear me, Anya?
I asked him to.
Oh.
I asked him to turn off his Discord mic, Anya, because he was getting an echo when he had both microphones on.
That's right. I'm trying to avoid doing that. You think Iger is the man to bring Disney back? Like he's been back what, a year now, T? Has it been a year he's been back?
Yeah, and they extended his contract from what I recall.
And I
don't know if he's the man or not. I was going to ask you, do you think he is partly to blame for heading them down this path, or was it Chapek? Who's really at fault here? Or is it Kennedy?
Iger really started it before he left, right? This was kind of planned before he left. Then Kennedy and Feige decided they were going to make versus female and the MCU. And ever since then, Disney has lost half of their market cap.
All right. So I'm going to repeat my thesis that eventually the institutional investors are going to demand some change. If this thing keeps on melting down, there will be a forced change of direction at Disney. That's what I think. That's my whole thesis on buying Disney as it gets cheaper. They're not going to let this company go bankrupt.
Yeah, I can't imagine that they would. But what's the plan? The plan can't be Snow White.
The plan might be that they need to clean house.
Yeah.
But that might take a year or two. That might take a year or two. So don't go all in at Disney at 85. It might drop to 40 for all I know.
Can you even imagine? Can you even believe we're saying that?
I just know
crazy.
That management sucks right now. And but over my 30 years of investing, Disney has always been a solid play. And I don't think that they're going to let that change for the long term. So I love beating down companies.
You think
like I bought
there's money
Amazon
to be made there, T?
Huh?
You think there's money to be made there if the stock goes down?
Yeah,
80 bucks?
I mean, if you have a long-term outlook, you buy it for a 10-year play. Don't buy it for next 12 months. And if you don't like it right now, I think you can be patient and probably get it cheaper.
Yeah, it probably has a little more room to slide, right? Before we see a real uptick. I mean, you're going to need, we need to see a good quarter, right? We need to see a good earnings, maybe to help push them back in the other direction. But seems like everything right now is looking really bad. I don't know.
I agree.
Well, I don't know what
I just want it. I just want it on people. I want it on people's radar. Like if you're looking for a value, start keeping your eye on this one and try and get in before they turn it around. When they turn it around, it's going to move up.
If they turn it around, just making a move. Like imagine if they just back-to-back fired Kennedy and Feige. Depending on who they replace them with, that would be huge, right? Because these are the two people that totally tank the two biggest IPs they have. Never mind, they just completely destroyed Pixar. I mean, it's really mind-blowing that they destroyed 3 IPs like that within 2 years. That's got to be unprecedented, right? That you would completely wipe out. Yep. I mean, it's got to be.
It's unprecedented and infuriating to a lot of their fans, and not just the Marvel and Pixar and Lucasfilms, but what they're doing in the parks is pissing a lot of people off too. Like they're failing on every front.
You mean
I think that will change at some point.
Yeah.
Mark my words. You might have to watch my channel for 10 years, Massalorian. But
it'll come back.
I'm
right?
not going to regret. I'm not going to regret buying Disney on the dips.
Yeah, and it's dipping right now, right? I mean, we're almost. I haven't looked at the chart, but we're close to like a 5-year low, right? Never been this low in a long time. Yeah, it's juicy to some people right now, I'm sure. But I would definitely wait a little longer. I think they got a little more.
Michael says, weren't you taught that food companies are recession proof and they're all making new lows? I don't invest in a lot of food companies, but I thought I saw someone tweet that Tyson Foods was at a new low. Is that correct?
I think I saw Economic Ninja tweeted that or something. Yeah.
That's what I saw. That tweet got my interest. I might look into that this weekend.
T, what's your thoughts on all the big wigs betting against the market over the next 6 months? What do you think that's all about? What are they seeing and what not?
I have some downside bets on the indexes. I'll just say that.
Do you? Yeah. You think there's definitely some truth there speculating?
Yeah, I think there's a good chance of things going down. That's why I'm keeping cash on the side, and I have some negative index bets.
You think we're going to go hot? You think we're going to go hot with Russia? U.S.
I don't know.
No, you don't.
I wish I did. I'd love to make a bunch of videos about that, but
a hot war.
It's good for video engagement.
Yeah. They're running out of men. So I don't know what we're gonna do.
Cancel Bubble.
Isn't wartime for the market though?
Huh?
Isn't wartime normally good for the market though?
Yeah.
During war, yeah,
can be. I mean, sometimes there's an initial dip, and then it takes off. I can't explain it. Cancel Bubble says Tyson not at new lows but close. All right, I'm going to look into Tyson. I have no investment in that sector, and I'm looking to round out my portfolio a little bit. So I'll check into them this weekend. I have my CVS video. I finished it yesterday, and then I was not very happy with it. And I have several other ones in the hopper after CVS. CVS is a very difficult stock to analyze, and it's even more difficult to recommend because it's such a low margin business and they have so much debt. So I want to make sure I put a thoughtful analysis together for you guys, but just another one that I think you should keep on your radar. So I'll try and get that finished and out tomorrow.
What's he? CVS? CVS?
CVS, the pharmacy, yeah. If you think AMC is bad, Massalorian, imagine investing in a company that has $50 billion in long-term debt.
I'm just looking right now at the numbers.
75 billion.
See, I think your mic's picking up a bunch of.
That's someone at the poker table. Someone's got a hot mic.
Oh.
I think CVS has 50 billion or so in long-term debt and 75 billion, including their lease obligations.
Wow.
But they are throwing off a ton of cash. So there's that. Video coming soon this weekend.
You see the press release from last week about a company that they just launched to produce biosimilar, very expensive biotech drugs?
Hey, Groundhog, can you put your mic on push to talk? Or maybe you're moving or something. We're getting some feedback there.
Hear what I said?
I did not hear about that. What company was that?
So Cordavis, that they're a part, or I guess it's going to be a part of now of CVS, that they've come to make biosimilar drugs, less expensive versions of expensive brand prescriptions derived from biotech. Cordavis will operate as a wholly owned subsidiary that will work directly with manufacturers, commercialize and or produce biosimilar.
I saw the Cordavis press release, but I didn't read it. I was going through like the last 5 years. I figured I'd catch up on Cordavis and other stuff in subsequent videos. So maybe I should check into that before I finish my video this weekend. All right. Where'd I put my phone? People are throwing up tickers here. I'm going to take a screenshot because I won't remember these tomorrow. TAN, CPB, and KHC. Thank you for those. I got a screenshot. Oh, fuck. DM says they're losing their customer base with supplier issues. Is that CVS? Prometheus says, shame, Rite Aid is going bankrupt. Yeah, I read about that when I was looking at CVS. I was not keeping up with Rite Aid, but I saw that as I was doing my DD. Who's following the Bed Bath & Beyond bankruptcy? They have a drop dead date coming up soon, I think. Speaking of bankruptcies, is it September 15th? Michael says that was because of Mark Cuban. Was he involved in the Cordavis thing? Is that what y'all are saying? Pam says Rite Aid has my favorite thrifty ice cream. What is your favorite ice cream, Pam? I'll tell you guys probably why I don't pay attention to Rite Aid. Like, I don't think there's any in my area. I don't even know that I've ever seen a Rite Aid. Like here, everywhere in Texas, we have a CVS, and across the street from it is a Walgreens on literally every corner. You can't drive 2 miles without a CVS and a Walgreens being across the street from each other. Dan says he remembers that Pam's favorite ice cream is mint and chips. Oh, Pam, he's got you nailed. And vanilla. I like a good vanilla bean Ice cream, Pam. None of this fake ice cream shit. What are the main ingredients of ice cream? Cream, sugar, and I feel like I'm missing one other ingredient. But if it's got more than two or three ingredients, I don't want nothing to do with it. Pam says, "Who the hell are you, Dan?" He's a gentleman with a very good memory, Pam. Dan, are you really a pilot? And if you are a pilot, what are you qualified to fly? Let's see if Dan is a real person, or maybe he's a Prometheus alt account. Massaloran, you're back?
Yes,
I'm
sorry.
just saying, Prometheus, he seems to know a lot about her. I thought maybe you were just like trolling Pam from your cell phone or something. Is Dan a pilot, and what is he qualified to fly? That's what we want to know. Let's find out a little more about Dan the pilot. Do we have any other qualified pilots in the chat? That's something that I would like to do. I'm going to go take some flying lessons, and they can call me a failed pilot. Right, Massalorian, isn't that what happens? You go take some lessons, and then they I'm going to be a failed actor, a failed rock star, a failed pilot. Just because I'm a failed skydiver too, by the way, because I did take 3 skydiving lessons. He's a failed professional skydiver. Add that to my resume. What happened to Massalorian? There you are. Johnny, are you there?
Yeah, I fell off. Yeah, you still the camera on, T?
I have one of your cameras on. I see both of your cameras. Which one do you want?
Yeah, but you just the middle one. All
right, guys, I'd like to introduce you to Massalorian's twin brother.
What's up? What's up, bro? Much better, yeah.
We have Johnny and James.
This is expensive camera.
Johnny and James Massalorian. Can one of y'all wave with your right hand and one wave with the other hand?
Johnny and Jack.
No? You're not going to perform for us? Okay. Man, Dan got real quiet when we started asking him about his piloting skills. Dan Spencer in the house. Dan Spencer, are you also known as Dan the pilot? Hey, Dan, come join us in the poker room and give us a rousing British speech. Let us know how our investment's doing. I'm really tempted to do my rousing British speech tonight, but I probably shouldn't do it. Oh, yeah. Come on, Anya. Let's go. I appreciate you. You didn't have to do that. Johnny, we can't hear you. Let me bring your brother on. Maybe we can hear him. His mic is dead too. Broke Ape, what's up? Who dat? I can't see. Who was that? Was that, oh, that Broke Ape? Oh, there he is. Okay, I see you in the bottom there. What's up, Broke Ape? How you doing? Are you still broke? Come on, man. What can we do to help you? What let you know the plays ahead of time? Man, if my crystal ball was that good, I'd be famous, my friend. 3, 4. We do the best we can, Broke Ape. Dan's. What are we going to do with ourselves? I think this community is probably going to tear itself apart in the next 3 days. What do you think? No, we're not going to have any building jumpers here. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Just stick around. You've got a lot of good good folks at your disposal about 20 hours a day. Just pay attention, soak up the knowledge, my friend. No bridge jumper, Stephen. No bridge jumpers in this Discord. Massalorian, what happened? You keep on dropping off.
I should be good now.
It sounds good. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Johnny, Dan Spencer is helping me work on my Cockney accent. He's from London.
Cockney?
Yeah.
Is he a real pilot? He really is?
That's Dan the pilot. You're getting Dan Spencer and Dan the pilot confused. I have a whole repertoire of different impressions that I do. But my Russell Brand impression is the next one that I really want to work on.
Okay. I'm ready for that. That's going to be a tough one.
It is. It is tough. Dan says, you're never going to let me forget about it. I'm never going to let you forget about it, Dan, until I can get your what's the word? Your motivational speech on tape so that we can play it in every live stream. Everybody needs a good British motivational speaker on their channel. Wouldn't you agree? Massalorian?
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all are just leaving me hanging here now. Anya needs to just like go to Vegas. Prometheus says people will calm down once they get their settlement shares, but will have high-speed come aparts when the dilution is inbound. Oh man, high-speed come apart. I'm envisioning like an atom being shot with neutrons and blowing into a million pieces, Prometheus. Say what? That's what we call deep in the money calls. Why would you do that? You could just buy shares, you know. Loki, what's up? I got the cats are surrounding me here. Where's Doc Zeno? I would put a cat on the camera, but Doc Zeno's not here tonight. Prometheus says, watch Anya, she cheats. Anya, are you watching my cards? I trust you, Anya. What do you want? You want to go outside? Are you hungry? He's sitting on the old chair. You remember the famous chair, the chair of pain? I have it right next to me here. He hopped up on it. Obviously wants something. All right. All right, Anya. What happened to a Groundhog Eater and Broke Ape? It looks like are they trying to join or are they having connection issues? Big Ads, what's up, brother? 547, man, y'all. Oh yeah, y'all are joining us early doors over there in the UK. What the hell are y'all doing up so early, Big Ads and Dan? It's fucking Saturday. Probably watching some keto recipes is what would be my guess. Only a few people know what I'm talking about. What did you have, Anya? I accidentally folded. You had a straight. Okay, you would have beat me. Massalorian, no, I cannot hear you. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Yeah, he can hear me. We can't hear you. Pam, at risk of giving too much away, where do you like to go play poker in Vegas? If you don't want to say, I understand why. I can hear you now. As long as we can hear you, that's all that matters. Big Ad says he's going to work. God damn it, on a Saturday. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, but make that money. That's all that matters. There's more stocks to buy on Tuesday. Is Steven still here? I want to know what his favorite casino is on the Strip. And then what is his favorite casino in Vegas? He's probably going to say RRR. A stock that he's trading right now. Try to remember what the last one that I owned was. I don't have any right now. I think I had some in 2021. It's okay, Pam. I understand. She says, I can't say. Someone might go looking for me there. We usually stay at the Venetian or the Palazzo. In fact, I think they just sent me another invite. Let me check my mail here if I saved it. But I'm looking for a new place. It must be in the other room. There we go. I found it. Let's see what the offer is. Return to luxury. Your offer includes 4 complimentary nights, $250 in free chips, and $50 in dining credits. All right, Pam, let's all of us meet up in Vegas. 4 free nights. Party at my place. From the Venetian. Four free nights, $250 in chips, $50 in dining credits, October 1st through December 28th. Yeah, I mean, I like that because, since I don't have to pay for anything, I can just, instead of going to the beach, if I was going to spend $3,000 on a beach vacation, I can take $3,000 for gambling. And if I lose it, well, my vacation was free. And if I win, that's a bonus. Not in October through December, no. I like going to Emeril Lagasse's steakhouse there in the Venetian. I always get the same thing, bone-in ribeye and a bottle of red wine. And I usually make them pay for it. You will find me at the craps table. That's about all I play anymore. Started out with blackjack and then graduated to craps. Yeah, your odds. Yes. Yeah, you should bet the whatever the table minimum is. So I'm usually at like a $25 table. Bet your $25 and then back it up with full odds. Even if it hurts, that's your best bet. So I will always start out doing that, and I'll just hope that I'm at a lucky table with some lucky shooters. And if I'm lucky and I'm building up my bank there, then I'll start betting on other numbers and the hard ways and get a little crazier. But if you're ever in doubt, just bet the pass line and back it up with full odds, and then hope that you're at a lucky table. And if it's not working out, take a break, move to a different table, go to a different casino, go do something fun, come back later. But it's kind of boring, right? Just doing the pass line and backing it up, because you got one bet on the table. But that is how you survive for hours, and that is how you get free offers to come back for free. Because Dan is at the table. Welcome, Dan. Yeah, your main goal with craps is to not lose all your money quickly. You want to put in your time and bet a decent amount so that your stay can be free, or your next stay can be free. It's all about the hours. I do, yeah. I do, and I'm fairly good at it. They often warn me to quit setting the die. Yeah, I mean, nobody's perfect at it, but I've been warned several times. I try and no, I don't try and put any spin on it. I just try and set them a certain way every time and repeat my throw with the exact same motion, the exact same landing point. Obviously, there's still some random variability, how the dice land, how they bounce. You're just trying to increase your odds a little bit. The other numbers, oh yeah. If I'm winning, I'll load up every number. I mean, I've started on a $25 table with a $25 bet and let's say 125 odds. And we've literally had sessions where we were going an hour and a half without someone crapping out. And I've had thousands of dollars on the table, but that was money like I would parlay my winnings and take a little bit back as, put it in my bank and just, yeah. And all of a sudden you're making 150, 200, 500 bucks every few minutes because you're building up your bank on those numbers. Now, obviously that is not a common occurrence, but when it happens, it's beautiful. I think I've had 2 or 3 sessions where I've walked away with over 10,000 on a craps table. Starting with 1,000 and leaving with 10,000. And there's been plenty of times where I've started with 1,000 and gave all of it up, at the end of the day. It's not common that you're going to start with 1,000 and leave with 10,000, but if you have a strategy of conserving your bets and betting, I've watched Arab guys walk up with suitcases of money and lose 50,000 bucks in 10 minutes. They just, on the first roll, they'll cover every number for 1,000 bucks, and the guy rolls, he craps out on the first roll. Yeah, I've seen it. And then they load every number again. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You don't even know that dude over there. I mean, you don't even know the guy with the dice. That's not a bad strategy. It's not a bad strategy. Arco, what's up? He says, I think Tony and Mass think that I'm fake. Why would we think that? Well, we have had some fakes. I mean, people that we ban Mass and then they come back with a different name. But you can tell from their comments who they are. Yeah. I called you a sentient being? That doesn't even sound like something I would say. No. What's going on in Peru? Mm-hmm. Huh. I don't know. Is that on YouTube? All right, I will check it out. Huh. Arca says the night I called him a sentient being, I was drunk as fuck on a live. That doesn't sound like me at all. It, yeah, blame Adam Aaron for Peru. He's also turning the potatoes purple. Only Peruvians would get that joke. Sorry. That one just... Yeah. You go to a fancy restaurant, Mandalorian. Oh, tonight we're having chicken fricassee with a side of organic Peruvian purple potatoes. Yeah, that's all the same. Adam Aaron and David Michery mashup. That I would like to see. An Adam Aaron and David Michery mashup. No, Adam Aaron actually knows how to be a CEO in front of a camera and a microphone. David Michery just looked like deer in the headlights. He also diluted about 5 billion more shares than Adam Aaron. Diluted 5 billion more so far. I know some of y'all are thinking that. I should have said that in my Homer Simpson voice. But... Pam says, Tony, when you're drunk, you say too much. Yeah. I think I've deleted maybe at least 2 drunk live streams, Pam. Not because I went back and reviewed them to see what I said, but because I didn't want to go back and review them to see what I said. I wake up, I'm like, oh shit. I don't even remember what I said. Just put that shit on delete. I don't think I've told you all this before. I've never rewatched any of my live streams except the one where Alex and I played bingo and she fell out of the chair. I did rewatch her falling out of the chair a couple times because that shit was funny. What'd you do? Did you go all in? Arca says, I was the one that asked you if I needed followers to be your statistical analyst. If you needed followers or if I needed followers? I'm confused. I'd say the first secret to getting followers is to not care about getting followers and just be patient for everybody that is doing YouTube. Yeah, just cover whatever content you want. You're, and don't be too much of an asshole. Like, that's really what has held me back. You'll never make money on YouTube, Anya. Nobody makes money on YouTube unless you have about 1 million subscribers. Anya really wants me to do some laundry live streams. I don't know about how successful that would be, Anya. They're not my rabbits. We could do a cooking video with her rabbits. Rabbit fricassee. When I plant my fall garden, Anya, I'll update the gardening channel for you. As soon as we get past 100 degrees here. And I need to add to the rain barrel system because in the summer, 5 rain barrels is not enough. We don't get any rain. And I'd like to have enough water to last through the summer season, but I'm probably going to need to double the rain barrels. I haven't even decided yet. I will consult the Farmer's Almanac and see what I can grow here in the fall. I don't generally do a fall garden, but I didn't do a spring garden this year. Imagine why. A little bit busy with stocks. And summer, it just becomes brutal. So I'm going to have to figure out what I can plant in the fall. It'll probably be some, I would imagine some greens that can grow into the cold weather. I forget, Anya. Fucking hot one. Let's put it this way. If you don't water your plants twice a day here, they won't survive a day. No. But even if we did, I have the water irrigation system. I'm learning more and more things about what's happening in Maui that I never thought that I would know about Maui. They would have thought it was a typhoon or a hurricane and run up into the hills straight into the fire, Massillorium. That's what they said. It is stupid. I agree. What's up, Loki? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? I'm getting the stares of death on you. The cats have me surrounded. Pam says she can't hear you, Massalorian. Can anybody else not hear Massalorian? Did you mute your mic on YouTube and you're only on Discord, Mass, or what? No, that shouldn't be. I would say check your Restream settings and make sure your mic is not muted and that your settings in Restream are correct still for your mic. All right, Anya, it's official. The Nika is gone. Guess I'll be shopping along with your husband. Restocking this weekend.
All right, now it should be okay. That should have fixed it. That should have fixed it.
Now, why is that coming out on my speakers?
Is it still doing that now? Is it still doing that now?
It's coming out on my speakers on my system, which is weird because I have everything set to my headset.
Well, we did try to pull off. Listen.
All right,
no time.
I fixed it. That was my Windows setting. Yeah, this is a first of trying to do Discord poker with people live in Discord and on Restream. We got a lot of moving parts here. Pam says that she can hear you. I'm starting to slur my words. That means this live stream is almost. Pam says she can hear you. That's when you know I'm just about done, Johnny. Just run my words right together.
All right. Well, we've been on for 3 hours, I think, almost, right?
We ain't got nothing to do for 3 days.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
Hello, Dan. What's up, Governor?
You know, T, I gotta say the good.
All right, Arca, I'm looking at your channel. Hey, those are some badass thumbnails, by the way. Let's see what he's covering here. ASRE. That one I don't know about. NVOS, I've heard about. Finger, obviously, I know about. What is
Sorry,
ASRE?
Dan.
You're still covering COSM, COSM? GTII?
Might be Lou messing with you, T.
I've got some questions. We could have a good debate session about GTII. The problem is, like a lot of people on YouTube these days, I can't have a sane, grown-up discussion with them because they go cuckoo on me. Like if you can have a rational debate, we can play good guy, bad guy. I could do that on any stock, even AMC. I could play good guy or bad guy. Like I just look at numbers. But yeah, if you want to talk about some of these tickers, we could have some collabs.
Does Bravskar ever speak?
Does Bravskar what?
Ever speak on here? Have you talked to him in Discord before?
Oh yeah. He's a good dude.
Okay.
He said he's having some microphone issues tonight.
I'm wondering, I can't tell, but from wearing like a old like Civil War uniform or something, or am I completely mistaken with that?
I think he lives in the South, and I think he has some, if I recall, he has some history in the South.
Okay.
ASRE is an energy play, paid analyst for Cosm. Yeah, Cosm is the only company, everyone thinks I get paid. They are the only company that has ever approached me about doing paid coverage, and I declined. But
yeah, it's Cosm, right? Yeah.
Cosmos, yeah. So I know they reached out to several people. I like the company. I like the people. I just opted not to do it. For now, I just want to be a non-paid, just share my own DD. And they weren't, obviously, they said, hey, we're not going to tell you what to say. They don't do that, right? They just want coverage. And if someone ever did tell me what to say, I would say, fuck off. But I'm sure you've
let me ask you something.
I'm sure you've talked with Frank, Mr. Arca. Frank's a good dude. I talk with him every now and then.
I was going to ask you, how much do you think guys like Thomas James and them, how much do you think that they get for promoting Moo video? What do you think? That's a bad thing. I'm just curious. How much do you think that he gets for every video to do that?
Yeah, I don't know. People that promote Moo and Webull and all these brokerage apps, I've opted not to do that for the last couple of years. As long as I was in meme stock territory, I didn't want to be compromised in any way, taking money from anybody. So I opted not to. I have no idea how much Thomas James gets for promoting
gets for that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was curious about that.
I don't really know, but I would bet it is some amount of money per month. And I don't really specifically have a problem with Moo or promoting Webull, except for the fact that they're payment for order flow brokers. And as long as I was in a meme stock play, that's not something I want to be pushing, right? I want direct routing.
Same here. Yep.
Now, at some point,
PFF illegal.
Right. But at some point, would I consider doing that? Yeah, sure. At some point, I would consider it. And then I'll let you know, Mass. Okay. I don't know.
I'm assuming he got that maybe because he's in England.
No, I think that, a lot of people look, his content is all about clickbait, right? Thomas James, he's doing everything he can to bring money in. And I don't hate the player, hate the game. He's doing what he can.
Clickbait is what it is. It's clickbait.
I mean, yeah. But I think that, the opportunity to make money on Webull was 2021. I doubt that he's getting a bunch of new signups in 2023.
Right. I can't even imagine what Trey and Matt and them were making. Whew.
Yeah, I bet
Right?
they were making a fuck ton from those sponsorships back then. The next bull market, would I consider doing that? Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Arca says Frank is my boy. I appreciate Frank. I really do, Arca. And a lot of the companies that he supports. What's the other one? Is it Clean Vision? Is that the name of it? Like, I really wish that company could do well. And Frank has a unique set of knowledge. I've talked to him from time to time. I've had him on the channel once or twice, and I think he's a pretty stand-up dude. You just got to know everybody's role, right? Everyone has to understand the role that someone's playing. Arca says he had a dying 2-year-old boy 10 months ago. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Oh my God.
I reached out to you, anyone, to feature me because I studied the crap out of mathematical concepts and had lost everything to AMC. Well, that is a double shit fest, right? You had family issues. Did you lose your son?
Hopefully not.
On top of that, to lose money, I can't even imagine the stress that somebody's going through dealing with that.
Money's one thing, right? Money's replaceable. You can always make more money.
A lot of people reach out to me, but to be perfectly frank, the blunt, the most of my focus is on the members of my channel, the people in the Discord, because I get so many comments and tweets and DMs, and I don't even really know who is sane out there. And so a lot of stuff I don't respond to because I don't want to, I'm not a big drama person. I don't want to get in fights with people. I just want to share thoughts, opinions, due diligence. And if you like it, great. If you don't like it, block me. I don't really care. But the people that I spend the bulk of my time with are in the Discord, members of the channel. It's not anything against anybody else. It's just there's only so many hours in the day, only so many questions I can answer. I get every day DMs, please retweet this, please retweet this, please retweet. I just generally don't even read those.
It is nice though to have this community be able to, deliver, help with information gathering and stuff, right? That's definitely something I'm very grateful for because a lot of people have given me heads up on things that I wasn't aware of or led me in this direction to go check this out, right?
There's so many days, Master Lorraine, where I wonder, like, is Twitter even worth it?
Because of the headaches of it? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because of the paranoia and the conspiracy theories and the drama and the fake accusations. It's just like, why am I on Twitter? But there are a few people that want to hear the information, so I just keep plugging along.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'll block all the conspiracy theory people and have a real audience of investors, like people that want to learn how to be here for the long term.
Well, that's the thing, right? We want to stay in the game if we can make money, right? So no matter what, how long we've been holding AMC or continue to hold it, it doesn't mean we can't do other things in the meantime while, these situations straighten themselves out. There's money to be made, and it doesn't necessarily have to be AMC. I mean, it's been 2.5 years now. It's time to get on the ball.
Arca says, thankfully, his son is alive. That is...
Oh, good. Thank God.
Good. My second son was a little bit premature, and he was born with what do you call it? Where they have their liver's not working properly yet, and they look kind of yellow, and they got to put them under the lights and stuff. And I remember that jaundice. Yeah, I mean that was not very serious compared to what a lot of people have lived through, but I remember just that sinking feeling of that helplessness when your child is not in good shape. And I didn't know much about jaundice. I can't even imagine someone having a more serious problem, how that feels. That's my biggest fear in life, honestly, is something happens to my kids.
Yeah. By the way, how is your son like in New York?
He's back. Himself? He got back at the end of July. So
okay.
Starting his junior year.
What happened? Now. Did you see the other day they arrested a bunch of the not Hell's Angels. What are the guys? Guardian Angels. They arrested a bunch of them in
New York?
New York, yeah, I saw the other day. I don't know what for, but
I didn't see that. I mean, to be honest, like watching the news lately I have not had a lot of time to do that. I've been so fucking sunk into watching what's going on in the stock market. Like, and I canceled my cable. You know that, right?
No, did you?
Yeah.
Completely? You cut the cord? Nice.
So, like, I'll log into CNBC in the mornings on the internet, and I'll occasionally, maybe every 2 or 3 days, check Fox and CNN just to see, you know, the opposing views of what information they want to tell us. That's not even news in my mind, either one of them. Just propaganda.
No, I know, but that's what I do the same thing though. CNBC, yeah.
Arca says he pulls the bag holders out of the crap stocks. So I'm looking at your thumbnails, and just without watching any of your videos, I would assume that by covering all these stocks that you're promoting them. Finger, GTII. And would I be surprised that you're not promoting them, that you're talking some truth of what's going on with these? Because I'm not the biggest fan of all the tickers I see on your channel here. But I don't know anything about ASRE. I don't know anything about VIRI. I'm not a big fan of GNS. I'm not the hugest fan of Finger, although they've had some good, definitely some good momentum opportunities. And I haven't paid attention to COSM since the that beautiful reverse split incident.
What's the name of his channel, Tony?
Arca, at Arca. I'll check it out this weekend. I'm going to leave this screen open. I see you got Vocal up there. I'm not a huge fan of them either. Clean Vision. I wish that company could do something good. I wish them a lot of success. I owned some CLNV for a while, and then I sold it. Vocal is Jeremy Frommer, right?
Oh, he's the CEO?
Yeah, and I don't know who the CEO of Finger is. But I have not recently. It's been a while since I've done any Finger DD. I have been watching the chart, and there's been some great plays. Don't know much about it. Don't recall much about it. GTII. I'm wondering, like, why is anyone covering that? I saw someone put out a video 2 days ago saying he's going to diamond hand GTII for a short squeeze, and I'm like, okay. I looked at the short interest on GTII. It's like 0.01%, and the company has never, ever, to my knowledge, booked $1 in revenue. So why would shorts ever be scared in that play? Why would you diamond hand a company like that? I mean, it's bad enough that you're trying to diamond hand AMC, a company pulling in billions of dollars but losing money, but you want to diamond hand a no revenue company? I'm not talking to you, Arca. I'm talking to the guy that said he was out of AMC, but he's going to diamond hand his GTII for a MOAS. I don't get it.
Oh, I think I saw that. I was like, what?
Yeah, I don't want to name any names.
I saw that.
But,
I know. No, I'm not. But I saw that too. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Like, I can pull up the data, and there's like 275 million float and 270,000 short. And I can look at the financial statements, and this company's never brought in $1 in revenue, and the CEO is writing personal checks to fund the operating expenses. This is not a company to waste your money on. Lou had a beautiful FOMO run up on GTII, but now there's nothing but bag holders in that company, and they're gonna suffer a slow, painful death unless Lou comes back and pumps it again.
No, I'll jump up right in if Lou's pumping it. Yeah, T, I saw that. I couldn't believe that. I could not believe my eyes. I thought I was seeing things. Talk about blind leading blind. Man. It's
like I wanted to call him up and say, did you not learn anything from 2 years of AMC?
Yeah.
Like how to read a financial statement, what's a good investment, what's a good gamble, what's a bad gamble. Like a no revenue company, look at Mullen. Like GTII, look at the dilution that GTII has done. But you want to call this,
if I had to
you want to call the CEO of AMC corrupt, but you have no problem with Mullen and GTII diluting. What is the disconnect with these people?
I thought that I thought that was a joke. I thought, this
joke.
Must be but
no, these people listen to Lou. They listen to Lou and they think he knows what he's talking about. That's the problem.
I can't believe he hasn't got slapped with a lawsuit. I can't believe it.
He's funny. He's not a dick like you and me.
He's relentless, man. Yeah, I know. But he's ruthless, huh? Ruthless. I mean, what a bunch of just fucking nonsense garbage all day, just fucking shooting on your phone, making money. I mean, you really can't hate the hustle, though. You really can't.
Arca says all of those tickers are by request. I think at this point, people know better than to request me to cover any of those tickers. I'll make a video. They're like, would you please, I'm not kidding. Like I've gotten a couple of comments. Would you please quit covering our stock? Because I'm just brutally honest.
Oh, about which one? About Mullen? Or just anything?
I've got that about Mullen. I got it about BBIG. I got it about Bed Bath & Beyond. Please quit covering our stock. You're tanking our price. I'm like, no. There's only like 1,000 people watch me. I'm not tanking your price. So you can blame the management for that.
We have no direct impact on your stock. Trust me.
I'm just trying to help a couple people out.
Exactly. Right. You're getting way ahead of yourself there, Bucko. But yeah, T, I did see that. That was wild. I'm like, holy smokes. Oh, man. I mean, for months on end, bitch and bitch and bitch about the CEO. You want to go buy GTII. Woo.
But they like Mullen. These guys.
Loco.
A couple of them. You know the ones I'm talking about, Mass, right? The AMC pumpers. They hate Adam Aron, but they love Mullen. And they love GTII. 2 revenue companies.
Yeah. Granted, Adam Aron is
we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of people to save.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's just that you would think that after his experience throughout this whole thing, he would be taking notes and saying, all right, so my next company I'm going to invest in, I'll make sure that the CEO isn't like this, that the financials don't look like this, that they don't have this much debt.
I'd never seen him once in 2 years look at a financial statement or talk about anything.
Me either. And that's GTII is going to squeeze. Like, okay.
At some point when you fuck up, you got to, okay, what did I miss in this play?
Right.
And it wasn't that the shorts were evil or the hedge funds were evil or they're trying to mess up your short squeeze play. You got to start with fundamentally, why are they attacking your stock? That starts with the financial statements. If that shit ain't good and getting better, you're going to be screwed. It's just a matter of time.
And if you watch that interview the other day with Charles Payne and you're still saying Mullen is a steal at its price right now, I don't know, man.
Well, I will, give this, the majority of the YouTubers who cover Mullen after they watched that interview said that was absolute dog shit. So I
did see some saying though that they were mad at Charles Payne for not bringing up manipulation in the market and attacking the CEO.
I saw that on Twitter. On Twitter, the handle Mullen Rudy or Mullen Mark. This was a great interview. Yeah, well, your name is Mullen Mark, so I don't trust you. It's fucking bot farmers on Twitter. If your name on Twitter starts with the name of the company,
he was not ready for that question.
If your name on Twitter, no matter what stock you're covering, starts with the name of the company, I don't trust you.
That's a problem.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And just the fact that he was not ready for that question from Charles right off the bat just completely tanked the rest of the interview. It didn't matter what was said after that. That first line and him not having an answer, that was it. I mean, you could have checked out right then and gotten your overview of the CEO and the company. Embarrassing. Look, I hope Wes Christian has a bunch of, like I said earlier, and he's going to bring a case, and this is going to help AMC and every other meme stalker out there with all of our problems. But I don't see it right now. It hasn't happened yet. Time will tell.
Arca, I'm going to give you a sub right now so that
I will too.
I haven't even watched one of your videos. I hope I don't regret this. I say that with love, brother. I will support anybody that's not, no matter what stocks you're covering, as long as you're not spending your time attacking other people. That's what really irritates me. Attack the due diligence.
I'm in there.
We can all have due diligence disagreements, but just don't fucking make your channel about drama. All about everything about investing, right? Is people have different perspectives on stocks. Some people, it's the right time to buy. Some people would never buy. Some people are waiting. You got your bulls and your bears. That is normal adult conversation. If they can do it on TV, we can do it on YouTube. somehow YouTube devolves into nothing but personal attacks. I ain't about that.
Hey Tony, let me ask you a question. Do you think that Charles Payne would be good in a long format podcast, bringing on like CEOs of companies, maybe other investors? Like, do you think he would do well with that and just get out of Fox?
I honestly don't know if I trust Charles Payne 100% or if he's grifting.
Tell me why.
I don't know that he's doing enough. I don't know that he's being vocal enough for me to fully believe in him. Or is he just trying to get views on his show? I would like to know more. Yeah. I'd like to sit down with him and have a conversation. I'd like to really get to know the man. And then I could make a decision maybe, but I just don't know how to answer your question. I don't know enough about him to know if I believe in him yet. Yeah. Obviously, I've watched him. He says the right things, but is he just saying the right things or does he really believe that?
Yeah. Like, did you see that he answered someone on Twitter about his AMC position? He said hammered, but still holding.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so here's the thing. Did Charles not see the arbitrage coming? Maybe he did.
Thank you, Arca. Yeah, I'll reach out to you after I watch some of your stuff, okay? And apologies for not answering you 10 months ago, but I'm just going to beg forgiveness from being swamped. And also being a little bit nervous about who I engage with because people are crazy out there. Massalorian and I have 2.5 years of experience of dealing with crazy people. Am I right, Mass?
Yeah. It's still happening to this day. Yep. No rest for the wicked.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Anytime, T. I'm very jealous right now. I can hear you smoking in the background, and I have a cigar sitting here. I can't smoke.
I'm just smoking my vape. I don't really want to light up another cigar.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay. All right. It's not so bad then.
Someone asked me the other day, who was that? Someone asked me, your wife lets you smoke a cigar in the house? I'm like, it's my house, damn it.
It's my house.
She can have rabbits. I can have a cigar.
Right.
I wish I remember who. I don't know if that was someone on YouTube or someone in real life, but someone asked me that.
Nice hand on you.
Yeah, thank you, Pam. I said thank you to Arca also. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you for being a sentient being also.
A lovely sentient
not
being.
A bot. Hashtag not a bot.
Oh, that's why you use that word sentient. Just to opposite a bot. I don't
remember saying that. Sentient? Like sentient being. That's not like a tip of my tongue phrase, but he said I said it, so I believe him. I probably was like, is Arca a bot or is he a sentient being? That sounds like something I might say, but it's not.
If you're a little under the weather.
Yeah, it's not in my normal vernacular. Gorilla Gardener does not like Charles Payne, it looks like. Hey, Charles Payne, fly me up there and let me sit down and take you to lunch. I'll find out if you're for real or not.
We should really try to get him on and hammer him some serious questions.
Yeah, he would come on our channel.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. Sadly enough, it probably wouldn't happen, but I think that would be a cool podcast if there were a couple people out there who were doing like a long form podcast, like even 2.5 hours maybe, and just bringing in different groups of companies, maybe bringing on other investors, commodities dealers, banking people. I mean, is there anything like that?
Whatever happened to Jon Stewart? Remember when he was like all in on the ape and the conspiracy shit, and that lasted like 2 podcasts, and then he disappeared?
Well, yeah. That. Well, you know, his brother Leibowitz used to be the head of Goldman Sachs, right? John Leibowitz, his brother.
No, but that's why I don't trust these people. Like that guy was like trying to get his channel, his little podcast up off the ground. He did like 2 podcasts, and then he forgot about the whole topic. Like, where's the passion?
Well, he brought Gensel back for a second interview, remember? Larry Leibowitz. Then what happened? Is his brother.
Then what happened?
Yeah, nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
There's no follow through.
Yep.
Prometheus says, who else has had... Prometheus says, do you think holding PAM stock long-term is a good investment? Based on what I have looked at on the chart, Prometheus, I would have to say, if you can get in at the right price, it looks like a good long-term hold.
Jon Stewart's brother Leibowitz was a New York Stock Exchange executive director.
So wait, Jon Stewart's not his real name?
What's that? 2013 years ago. So I'm assuming.
Are you telling me Jon Stewart's not his real name?
That's how John got him on.
Are you telling me Jon Stewart's not his real name?
No, his name's Jonathan Leibowitz. Yeah. But I'm assuming that's how he was able to get Gensler. Because who else has had...
Was he the one that got COVID and lived in his basement for a month? I'm just kidding. That was someone else. That was another one of those CNBC dudes. MSNBC. Do we lose you, Massalorian? Pam says, Prometheus is stuck with me forever. Well, good thing, Pam, is you can cook. So I think he's in good shape. And you're easy on the eyes. So I trust his judgment. And I trust yours, Pam. Chris Como. Yeah, thank you. Chris Como. Lived in his basement. Lived in the basement for a month. Bike riding around the neighborhood. Michael says, am I in Palantir? I have Palantir on my watch list, Michael, but it hasn't dropped low enough for me to buy it yet. Massalorian, are you still with us? His mic dropped out again. Well, hey, at 1 o'clock, which is in 5 minutes, let's all go all in on whatever hand is dealt to us. How about that? Dan, are you in? Anya, are you in? Bravskar, are you in? All right. In 5 minutes, we're going to go all in on whatever hand we're dealt. I'll call it before they deal it. So we got a couple more hands to play here. Thank you, Governor. Cheerio. Half past 6. How's the crack done? You live, Dan, you live up there in Worcestershire, right? Cambridgeshire, okay. Michael Anthony, are you a poker player? He's saying he wants to go all in for 1,000. We got a couple seats left here, but it's going to be the end of the game here in a few minutes for tonight's game. Anya's always looking for poker partners, Michael. Damrick says, ta-ta, cheerio, and all that rubbish. Fish and chips. Dan, did I ever tell you my first trip to London and I went to a street side vendor and ordered fish and chips and I got this greasiest piece of cod and grease-laden French fries. I was like, what the fuck is this? That's not what I got from Andy Capp. The comic that we have here in the US. Do you even know who Andy Capp is in the UK? It's a comic, yeah. But he's always ordering fish and chips. Yep. I was so disappointed. I think I got upset stomach from that fucking shit. Wait, is Cambridgeshire really the name of the place? Or are you just... Isn't that just called Cambridge? All right, 1 minute. All right, everybody go all in on this hand. Whatever you're dealt, just go all in. Raise, all in. Damrick says he loves Andy Capp's hot fries. I do like those too, Damrick. Those are good. I haven't seen those at the store in a long time. Massalorian, raise all in. Bravscar, it's on you, buddy. Raise all in. Okay. He fell asleep. He probably fell asleep. Yeah, Dan's here. We just can't hear him. If Bravscar wins, I'm going to be pissed. Okay, he folded. He folded. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. Anya, you're a fucking cheater, man. Dan, we can hear you peeing, Dan. The fuck, man? I got a story about that, but I'm not going to tell it tonight. All right. Good night, kids. Good night, everybody that tuned in. Thanks for hanging out with us while we had some drinks and some smokes and blew off some steam and talked about a little bit of stocks. And there will be more to come if you're just tuning in late. We're going to talk about AMC some more, but I'm not going to speculate a lot until AMC actually says what the fuck is going on. So I'm right there with you, wondering what the hell's going on. And when they tell us, then we'll talk about it. Mash, you got any final words? Thank you to the mods. Thank you to the subs. Thank you to the channel members. Thank you to the Discord members and the poker players. We will see you on the next one. Let me find the outro here. Somewhere in here is the outro. Here we go. Good night, everybody.
Let's go. Yeah. I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast.